Sweeney. Dwayne Sweeney. Sweeney's over.
Can you please hand it over to your captain, Dwayne Sweeney?
Welcome to Real Tales with Sweens, proudly brought to you by Fin Chaser Boats. This episode, I'm back with Bonze for the long-awaited Blue Marlin episode. During this podcast, you're going to get some awesome information on how to target, hook, and land Blue Marlin from somebody that has been on a journey of beginner to a 2 times World Billfish champion skipper. Through his journey, he has also been lucky enough to fish alongside and with some of the greatest Blue Marlin fishermen of all time. Bonze has an incredible amount of knowledge that he's collected from over the years, from the lessons that he has learnt from fishing in some of the best Blue Marlin fisheries around the globe, such as Kona, Hawaii, Cape Verde, and the Azores. I'm stoked to finally bring you this episode, and I know that all of you are going to learn so much just like I did, and thanks for patiently waiting. As always, the show notes will be available on the Real Tales with Sweens Instagram and Facebook pages, as well as the website realtaleswithsweens.com. Good George also have a 15% discount available for all you listeners. Just use the discount code REALTALES before checking out of their online store. The link to their store is available on the realtaleswithsweens.com homepage. Lastly, I want to say thanks to Bonze for coming on and sharing your knowledge with us again, mate. I learnt plenty. So join me as Bonze shares all things Blue Marlin. Enjoy the podcast.
Oh, just before I forget, bro. So I had this fireman come into work, bro, and he stuck his head around the corner and he wanted to buy a couple of lures.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get talking to him. So I'm like, nah, bro, you don't want to buy a couple of lures. I'm not going to sell you a couple, but you need to get your boat set up properly. So next minute I sell him a set of riggers.
Yep.
Full spread of lures, everything. And then I go, he's like, oh, fuck, boys, thanks so much for your help, eh? Like, yeah. He goes, you drink gin? I was like, yeah, I drink gin. He's like, I'll bring you a bottle of gin. So he brings this bottle of gin. I was like, fuck, I've never seen that before. Where's that from? He's like, I make it.
Oh, he makes it?
I was like, no shit. He said, yeah, I used to work for Good George.
Oh, true.
Yeah. He said he used to work for Good George and he used to make craft beer for like quite a few of the bars and stuff in Whangarei and shit.
True.
Yeah. But he was saying that couldn't make any money, bro. Like the amount of taxes and shit that they got to pay on it. He just said I wasn't big enough, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he gave it up. But yeah, he still makes the odd little bit of gin and stuff. I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was an interesting dude. So anyway, I'm like, bro, you need to get autopilot on this fucking boat. So he goes in to get autopilot, comes out with a new boat.
So he set it all up and then comes out with a new one.
His missus is like, how much is autopilot? I'm like, oh, it's like $6,000 or something. She's like, what? Yeah, and then he goes in and buys a whole new boat. I was like, mate, you came in to buy a couple of lures and now you've bought a whole new boat because you met me. He's like, yeah, fuck, I love it, eh?
Fucking hell. What did he buy? What's he got?
Another Surtees.
I
think he had a 520 or 570 Surtees.
Oh, yeah.
And he bought a 6.1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Same as theirs, eh? I
yeah.
think. As
good boats for him, bro.
Yep. There's a lot of Surtees up this way, eh?
Yeah, they're popular.
Yeah. Real popular.
Yeah, I thought I'd just tell you that before the buddy we get started. It looks quite funny.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get short of topics to talk about. But yeah, I suppose we might as well crack into it.
Yeah,
and it's been a minute. It's been sorry to all the listeners out there. It's been a while since I've been able to get some time to sit down and do a podcast. But we're just about, what are we? Just about 5 years to the day, eh, Bonze?
Yeah, man.
From the first one.
When you said that, I was like, oh man, time's flying.
Yeah. Yes, I think we worked out, what did we record? The first episode might have even been my mum's birthday, I think, from 15th of December in 2020.
Yeah. It was so cool to do that and then do the boat and then we're like, oh, well, let's see what happens now. You know, like let's see your success for the season or lack of it.
Yeah.
And luckily it was the first one made plenty of success, you know.
Yeah. And then that followed the second episode where we sat down and broke down that first season, changes, notices, learnings along the way. Then the boat setup one.
Yeah, done boat setup and done teaser systems.
Yeah. And then the teaser systems one was a bit of a day.
Yeah.
Which everyone that, all those listeners that have listened to that one would remember the Blue Marlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. We can talk about that.
And now we finally get to sit here 5 years on, and everyone's been asking for it. I don't know how many messages I've had through social media across the last 5 years, but when are you going to do the Blue Marlin one?
It's such a good one too, because I've caught a lot of Blue Marlin since we spoke, I've been in a couple of situations where we've had amazing fishing in that time since we last.
Yeah, well, I think in life a lot of the time I always say everything happens for a reason, and I think the fact that we've taken time to get to here there's been so many more experiences and learnings between when we first spoke about doing one around Blue Marlin and us getting here now. Even myself, I hooked the Blue Marlin a couple of years ago off Ragland, and that's something that, like I can share like in this podcast, and what I learned from that, what I noticed from that, the differences between the two fish, what I took from that day when we spoke about the teaser system podcast of fishing with you and seeing how you handled
well, people still don't even know what happened that day.
No, not really. Yeah. And then, sort of, I guess, transferring those learnings into my own scenario. And, obviously it didn't end how I wanted it to end, but I definitely got off a lot further along than I would have, having learned what I'd learned that day with you.
Yeah. And I think also, did we have a bite from a Blue Marlin too?
Me and you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like in that first year.
Yeah.
Out here when we fished that day at the 9 pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the trench there.
Yeah. So there's been a
and that's where the speed journey came. Remember?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, it's such an interesting. I learned so much out of that myself, just about boat setup and like what you can do to a boat to actually achieve more speed. Through outboards, props, all sorts of things, rigger height combination, like there's just so many things like that we didn't even know. And even boat manufacturers were like, nah, it's not possible. And they learned something. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, well, this is all we did, and then this is how it worked out. But I guess that's the beauty of being observant and having a consistent process, which if we go right back to the very start.
Well, that's just what I'm going to say about whoever's listening to this now. Please hold off listening to this. Go back and listen to the other podcasts before you listen to this one, because it's going to give you such a picture of what we talk about and refer to in this podcast. So I'm normally the person that I'm like, I'm going to listen to this podcast, that I'm like, but please go back and listen to the other ones first, because it's going to make this one so much more enjoyable.
Well, there's just so much like crossover and it's just that journey, right?
Correct.
Like it's a continuation of everything. Yeah. All right. Well, we might as well. We're here to talk about Blue Marlin. So before we dive too much into all, I guess, those details around notices and changes and those skills that we've been able to learn and adapt with the journey we've taken with my boat, and then things we've learned along the way, and cross those over into, targeting Blue Marlin. In terms of Blue Marlin themselves, do you remember your first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't end well.
Good fishing stories don't always end well.
So I was young, man. I just got my skipper's ticket. I was 18 and I was running. I thought I knew everything, mate. I caught a bunch of striped marlin and stuff, and I was running a 43-foot Riviera called a Boss Hog. And as I say, running it, I was driving it, steering it at that age. And we had amazing Blue Marlin fishing out the front here of the bay. And man, I must have lost, I don't know how many Blue Marlins in a row, maybe 5 or 6 in a row, just didn't know what I was doing. It's a totally different beast to a striped marlin, and I just did everything wrong. I just didn't know, and that was pretty much where the obsession started. And I got absolutely spanked. So the first one I landed, I think, was that season, but I must have missed. And I had some big scraps, like 4 or 5 hours. And stuff.
Oh, yeah?
yeah. Like, which I'm like, oh man, I wish I got one that tested me like that now. But I just didn't know. And I think there'll be a lot of listeners that are in that position now. Blue Marlin is not a striped marlin. It's not even the same league of the power, the unpredictability, the speed, and just the behavior of what it's going to do is why it drives me mad, because it's so challenging to work them out. And that's the whole bit. So, it probably took me, I don't know, the chances of 6 or 7 Blue Marlins to catch my first one.
Yeah.
And then I just got lucky and caught a few more. I can remember the first one.
Yeah.
It was on the garden patch, ate a Lumo sprocket on the long corner, and just like, Blue Marlin mean, I'm on 80 pounds, like, I'm going to catch it. Yeah, right. It just smoked me, man. You're backing up on this boat and stuff. Like, it all looks fun and games and that. Like, you're doing everything wrong, but you think you're doing it right at the time because you don't know.
Mm.
And then it goes down and it's game over.
Yeah.
Without those lessons, you're not going to learn, And you're fishing with fear at that stage too.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's a big one. I don't want to let it get away. And you're like, it does that typical run straight down. Yeah, man, it's done a massive run straight down. Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, in your head, you're like, nah, man, it's just done this massive run straight down, because you don't know.
Yeah.
And you don't know all the techniques that you need to do. You do everything wrong.
Mm.
And it's literally out of fear of losing it. Well, you lost it anyway. So I always look back and I was like, geez, man, I wish I would have met me when I was a kid. I would have caught shitloads of Blue Marlin when I was a young fella, man.
Oh.
But that was the first time. And the speed of it and that, I was like, mate, that's me.
Yeah. How long did you have it on before it died?
Probably half an hour.
Yeah.
Is that pretty? I was in like 400 meters of water, 450. And it got in current and it got down and just ended up breaking it off.
Yeah.
Just didn't know. And the other thing is too, I didn't know, because had Dacron back in those days, didn't know we had to spool it tight.
Yeah.
We just didn't know. Line cuts into the reel.
Cuts it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, I'm old now, mate. Like this, there was no YouTube. There was no, it was basically the fishing news.
Yep.
And if the fishing news didn't have a knowledgeable person writing in that at that time, there's no other way to get any information.
Yeah.
Now we can do this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sort of excited in that respect. I'm excited to see what advancements are going to come now that everybody can share knowledge and information. It's massive. And I'll talk about that later on, about my mindset on that. I can't wait to see what turns up.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like the kid that's on the bikes that can do the backflip.
Yeah.
Well, there was nobody could do that for however long. And now, all of a sudden in 6 months, there's everyone's doing it.
Mm.
And then next minute, the guy's doing 3 backflips. So, this is same thing's going to happen in this fishing.
Yeah, because fishing for so long has been secret sport, right? I remember not even 10 years ago, there wasn't, 5 years ago, right? We started doing this on the podcast form in New Zealand. It was the first thing to come out with open knowledge.
Well, the first thing that I remember as a kid about all of this kind of stuff was Peter Pakula. I mean, he did an amazing job with information.
Mm.
It's just now that times have advanced and there's more information and we've learned more. But he was the pioneer of it, That's one thing I will never, ever, he was the pioneer of information, back in the day. That's how I learned.
Getting stuff out there.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, because it's it's just so different now. Like fishing itself, right? There's like people are a lot more open. Like obviously you don't give away your favorite harpoon spot.
Oh,
like
that's totally different.
Knows that.
Yeah,
but,
that's a totally different thing though. You know, this kind of fishing, I'm a complete open book about that because I mean it moves. You know.
Yeah, and it's like it becomes it is now. It's pretty much a community, right? Like
Correct.
within New Zealand, like there's a pretty strong cultural, connection to the sport where there's so many of us that get a lot of enjoyment out of doing it, but through that also recognise the part we play in being able to pass that on. Like I get a real kick out of helping somebody catch their first, or and all I'm doing is regurgitating what I've learned. I'm not inventing nothing.
But the good thing about that is that you're going to see people that I'm not going to see. I'm going to see people you're not going to see, and that's how it spreads. You know, so that is a big part of it now. You know, because I mean I hear it, but such and such is doing it like this. I was like, yeah, I know. I spoke to him originally about it, so it's cool to see that, people like I would have never been able to put that knowledge to that person myself because they would never have known, but they can get that knowledge from this person now, you know, so it's cool.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, I think the learnings now that all of this information is around and that is going to be quite quick. And things are going to change. And, I mean, it's already changing for us as a business and product-wise. I'm excited to see what we've got coming up in the next few months and what we're going to learn with technology now.
You want to talk about any of that stuff now? Or do we?
No, I don't think so now. I think we want to just stick to that stick to like traditional things just now. That whole technology thing, I'm definitely eaten up by it because I feel if you don't keep up with the times, we're never going to evolve, and I'll talk about why that I think like that later, just from what I've seen about traveling around the world. But technology is definitely a game changer with everything, not just, I won't beat around the bush, not just with sonar. It's what we're going to learn from that technology and what we can advance with other products that go along with that because of that knowledge now. And for me, I embrace it. And I need to be, like, for me, it's just another tool that we can learn more quickly and make better for a company, make better products for everyone to catch more fish.
Yeah.
So, but that's a whole nother kettle of fish, mate. But I learned a lot. Yeah. I've learned a lot about that in the last 12 months.
Cool.
And a very different view on it to what I had before.
Yeah. Well, that's the, I guess that's the beauty of being open-minded and being able to take things, sit with them, process them. And
that's the other thing is, like, I really enjoy like the young guys or the young girls because I never want to be that old guy that's like, nah, this is how you do it. I like the young crowd because they're normally super enthusiastic. They've got something to share and they've probably got a different view on things. And I can learn things from them. So I like all the young guys, or the young crowd as well, like they've got a big hand to play in what's going to go forward with what we're going to learn.
Yeah, well, I guess when you're younger too, you don't have that fear of being burnt from certain situations too. Like you have that naiveness about you where you're just like, we just do it like this. Yeah. And then you're like, really? Like, never been fucking done like this, doing that? Nah, never. And then you're like, oh, I wonder what it is that they're doing. Yeah. Because there'll be something slightly different that they've done in certain scenarios, and then you dig a bit deeper and you're like, okay.
And I always challenge them, And I've been enjoying hanging out with a lot of the younger crowd, and I've also been, obviously, a lot of the really good captains around the place. I've been having some pretty good conversations with them too.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's the exact same in rugby. Like if you don't move with the times, if you try and just put your lens on it, like how I did things when I started playing professionally 24 years ago to how it is now. Like it's a different sport.
Totally.
Yeah. Like
what I learned literally in the last 18 months, my learning curve has been very steep. You know, in certain aspects.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Nice.
You know. So
mean.
Anyway,
okay.
we can talk about that later.
Yeah. Let's go back to the Blue Marlin. Everyone sitting there was like, "He's going to fucking talk about Blue Marlin."
Because I definitely have a lot to talk about on that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And probably because I'm so excited about it. You're like, oh man. You always talk about Blue Marlins, and I'm like, yeah, well, there's a part of that now that's really exciting. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so like going back to, I guess, that first summer when all of a sudden you'd seen this fish, that fish.
Yeah.
You know, like the Blue Marlin, what was that? I guess, like, obviously you spoke about there, but of that initial reaction, like, fuck, this is it. Like, I want to catch these. Like, how did that transpire? Like, even if you can remember right across just that very first season and the way that you approached it.
I always talk about this fella, but Chris Ash was fishing then.
Yep.
And he had that most amazing Blue Marlin season.
Is that the one when he caught, like, over 30?
Yeah. It was Steve Campbell and that.
Yeah.
That was, like, incredible, man.
He's the man, eh?
Yeah, and I just laugh because he used to ring me up to how many you lose today. You know, like, I was like, oh man, a hand on face, like, another one, mate. You know, like, he's like, I saw you anchored out there.
He's funny, yeah.
But I learned so much from him and just his talkings and that. So that all started
when
at
you
that.
decipher the code.
Yeah, when you listen to him and you pay attention, and he's a very interesting fella and will tell you some very good information. So
it's just cryptid.
Yeah, it's very
between the laughs and the jokes and the things.
But he's actually telling you the good oil there.
Yeah.
But so that pretty much kick-started it all, and then obviously. I remember I got to run a boat called the Indala. I ran that for like 5 years. First day out, I caught a Blue Marlin on that boat. So that was pretty cool. So I fell in love with the boat the first day. I caught a few blues on that boat, and then then I didn't really get into it until I went to Kona. Yeah. And that was the real start of it. And then obviously moved on from there and into all the Atlantic fishing.
Yeah. So what was like obviously going into Kona and it being a predominantly a Blue Marlin fishery? What were some of the like real key lessons you took real early from fishing with those guys there?
Just that.
Or Mike, it was Mike.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
just the aggressive nature of dealing with a fish. Like I'd never seen boats back up and like stuff like that, and pull angles, pull drag, manage drag, change a drag. Like I'd never seen any of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
We're like, we used to get it on, we'd back up a bit, but pretty much just, we wouldn't chase the fish or anything. And that was the biggest change there. And then obviously, like apart from boat handling and all of that, was just the knowledge of presentation, lure presentation and how important that was. It's like more stuff on speed. And just, you're just dealing with them all the time. So you got a chance at it more often,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because that obviously lure presentation, like it's the home of lure fishing. You can get that moth if you like.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's going to drive me mad, eh?
So, but like what a playground for it, right? Like flat, calm conditions every day.
Mate.
Yeah, like yours. I think we've talked about it in podcasts before, but what a place to do it. You could, pour a lure.
God created that place, mate, just for that.
Yeah,
for that. Like he's like, I'm going to build one of those, and that's what he created, was Kona. It's just for that, mate, you know?
So you can sit there, make your lure, head out in the arvo, and have a shot at one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
flat, calm conditions.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
So like all that presentation side and stuff, like, because if we talk about it now, like I think like technology, through technology brings advancements, right? So
correct.
I feel like we as humans are far more particular in the way that we do things now, and purely for the fact that we can, because we have more tools available to be able to make it look better, to be able to make the presentation nicer in a more efficient way, if that makes sense, in anything that we do in life. But I suppose if you look at technology back then and the level of care and detail that would have gone in for those guys at that point in time to get the presentation right would be far more time than what it would take now.
Yeah, well, I mean, never had underwater cameras really back then, all that kind of stuff. And that's what I talk about a little bit now, is how our hook rigs have changed over time from when I started in Kona, because our lures have changed. Well, our hook rigs have changed, so our lures have had to change maybe. I don't know which way around it would. I'm guessing it's our hook rigs changed, so our lures changed. Like a lot of keel weighting in lures now.
Yeah.
And
because back in the day, the hooks used to kill the lure, right?
Yeah, so now the lures kill themselves.
Yeah.
So like there's advancements there in lure presentation, lure production, lure consistency out of the box. You know, like there's a lot of stuff like that. And now we can run hook rigs that potentially hook them better. You know, so...
Yeah, because you're not needing the hook to kill the lure.
Yeah, so you don't...
Where if you put a light gauge hook, like as an example, put a light gauge hook in an old-fashioned lure, that lure's probably going to run like shit because the hooks are never going to kill it.
Yeah. Potentially, depending on what shape it is. But they're highly likely. You know, so... and that's the thing, is it's not that maybe that fish won't eat that. It's just you have factors that we've always spoken about in previous podcasts about consistency and presentation, giving you more chances of
enticing the bite.
and converting it. You know, so so just things like that. I mean, that's what Kona talking about. I mean, I was so lucky in Kona that I was there at a time when, like, there was so many there's still so many mean captains there, but just like there was so much fishing going on, like so many boats fishing, you know, and so many lure makers and stuff like that are all willing to share their knowledge, you know. So it set me in, like, the guy I lived with, Mike, he had a rumpus room in his house, under his house, and it was like a tackle store, the best tackle store you could go to. I mean, it had a line tester in it, everything. We go down there and tie knots and talk marlin fish, you know, just blue marlins was it. And then obviously I got to go and run a boat myself, and that knowledge set me like so high, you know. So so that, I mean, that's where it all, like, blue marlins to me is like the pinnacle, mate. Yeah. You know, so, and if you would have told me I would have caught as many big blue, or had the opportunity to do and catch as many big blue marlins as I have, I'd be like, mate, no, never. But I haven't, like, and the other thing that I will say about my fishing, it's 95% been lure fishing, and it's most of the blue marlin fishing I've done is heavy tackle for big fish. Yeah, that's where my passion has lied. Yeah, I still like catching all marlin, but heavy tackle blue marlin fishing for big fish is what is my skill. Yeah, and my passion. Yeah. So, it eats me up.
So when you, like, because obviously Kona led to Cape Verde, which we talked about in that first podcast a lot, and the learnings that came from there, especially in around the consistency, having a crew that couldn't speak English, so the factors that came into that, and running the parallel spread and all those things that we discussed there. But, like, how many fish did you catch in that first year when you won that World Billfish title? Can you remember?
Maybe, I think because there were some few from the Azores. I mean, maybe like 160, 170.
Yeah. So you went from getting spanked by 6 or 7 to get your first one.
Yeah.
Here, like, how many years had it been since?
I was 28 when I first did that.
Yeah.
So about 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Yeah.
You go like that sort of curve into there, and then all those learnings.
And that was the
Kona.
first year. Yeah, and mate, that was that good.
Yeah.
Like, the teachings that I got. That was the first year I had ever run a charter boat, 4 Marlin charters in my life. That we did.
So it shows you all those lessons, all the importance of.
Like, as a full
those
season. I mean,
learnings
I'd taken a handful of charters, but I'd never been like the full-time captain. I'd always just run the private boats and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd always just been the crew on a charter boat. But it was the first time ever I had run a full charter season on a boat myself.
Yeah.
So those learnings were pretty strong, mate.
Yeah.
But
And to be able to transfer that across, like that's a hell of a skill to be able to take those learnings and then transfer them in a pressure situation. Like it's fucking impressive.
Yeah. It was very cool.
No mean feat.
No.
Yeah. That would be like, I don't know. Like if we put it into a rugby context, it'd be like going from, and a few guys have done it where you might be, an NPC player, you break into the All Blacks, you haven't been exposed to anywhere near that level before, and you go in and then you become World Rugby Player of the Year in your first 12 months.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, maybe I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
But that level of playing NPC to test rugby is a huge jump. But all those lessons are taught to you from when you're 5. But it's how can you transfer those into pressure scenarios and execute them at the top level. That's the
It wasn't
skill.
easy.
No, I know. But he did it.
Yeah. So, I mean, anyway, like that's not going to help you catch any more blue marlins, me telling that story.
Yeah. But it gives credit to the story.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, what everybody has to realise, I'm exactly the same journey as what everyone else is listening to this. All I want to do is catch. Like, I remember when I had my little boat, all I wanted to do was catch a marlin.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really tough. Took me ages. And everybody thinks there's some sort of, I was like, oh man, I've got to have this and I've got to have that and I've got to do it this way. And then actually once you start to learn, it's a really simple process. You've just got to stick to the process and be confident with it. And that is everything.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I was in Whitianga, we had a couple of beers and there's a young fella into me.
Yeah.
And you were there.
I was there. Yeah.
And
he was into you because of this, because of the podcast.
Yeah. And I was there and he's like, what's the secret, mate?
There's something you're not telling
us. Something you're not telling. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, you're holding back from me, mate. I'm like, okay, well, let's have a chat. So I tell him exactly what he's got to do. He's like, bullshit. And I'm like, no, mate, it's that, like, honestly, what I've told you. He's like, no, there's a secret to this. I'm like, I'm telling you there's not. Next minute he's wanting to fight me. And I'm like, I don't know what else to say to you, mate. Like, I've got nothing else but what we've spoken about on these podcasts.
Yeah.
And what we're going to obviously talk about today is a few simple things. As I said to you, this is a simple thing. We make complicated to realise it's simple. So
yeah, and it's all those fuck ups and lessons that you get along the way.
Correct.
That you learn from, and then you dial back and you're like, oh, actually, all that was this.
Yeah. So
that was that.
So this is the other cool thing about this for everyone. So we're going to talk about all the stuff that I know that's could potentially pull you from not making as many mistakes as I did when I started. So what that does, the only time you learn something is normally when you make a mistake. You don't normally learn things when it's going right. So the person's learning curve should be way better than mine, because we're going to talk about all the things to do. So hopefully you do all those things. And then when it goes wrong, you might have learned a lesson that's going to advance you even more.
A lesson that we might not have learnt yet.
Correct.
Or you might not have learnt yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying about all of this stuff, about why these talks are so important. Because we're learning. We're all learning really fast. And that's what I'm saying about the kid that can do the backflips.
Yeah.
It's all because of shared things.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean about what we're talking about now in these podcasts. I mean, people think we're probably going around circles talking like we are so far in the podcast.
Yeah.
But it's a really important thing that I'm trying to explain, because I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge to that. Well, I'm going to give you a lot of knowledge, but a little bit of, like, there's not many things that you have to do.
No. Yeah. There'll be a whole bunch of, I guess, stories that go to the explanation.
Correct.
But when you really dial it down, it's a couple of simple things executed at the right time, under pressure.
Correct.
That will lead to more success.
And before that, there's the foundation. And the foundation is a few little tweaks for blue marlins. It's very simple.
Well, let's start there then.
Okay. I reckon like the best way to start it is, okay, so we did your boat and we set the foundation up. It was bloody good. So you came up and you stayed with me. How many years ago now it would have been when you had the mini chiefy, and then you convinced me to go fishing in the Kraken that afternoon?
Oh, from then to then? When was that? That would have been maybe two or 3 years after?
Yeah.
Probably 2 years.
Yeah.
No, 3 years?
So I think that's the best place to start, because we caught a blue marlin that day.
Yeah.
On a little boat. And you got to see firsthand how different things are with blue marlin on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
shit happens fast.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, so we talk about the foundation. Go listen to the setup about the foundation, because there's no difference in setup for the blue marlins. What we've spoken about in previous podcasts, I really wouldn't change for blue marlin. The only thing I would change, is setup. Maybe if I was specifically targeting in a fishery that was full of blue marlin, it's probably fish heavy gauge. Because that's what it's designed for. Yeah. You're fishing with a lot bigger fish. You're fishing with heavy tackle. So that there would be maybe something that I would change if I was specifically targeting blue marlin in setup wise. Potentially I wouldn't pull a dredge, but I'm not fussed on that. But everything else I pull would be exactly the same. But the one thing I will do, and we've talked about this in the past, especially is what you noticed when you came with me on my little boat, is how quick I troll. Fast.
Yeah.
Like my little boat, that little Kraken boat, is specifically designed to fish fast for a little boat, because they can't normally do it.
Well, don't I know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my boat, we could struggle to get speed.
So that there, like, if anybody wants to get the first piece of the puzzle, blue marlin fishing, is get your boat going over 8 knots. Anywhere between 8 to 10 knots is the sweet spot. I know 10 knots is fast, but they still eat the shit out of your 10 knots.
Yeah. Well, they eat it at 20 knots.
Yeah, exactly.
We talked about that in the first one.
Yeah, I've caught them at up to 18 to 20 knots. Yeah, but it's really interesting. What I noticed in the Azores the last couple of years since I've been there is that the boats that trolled a bit slower, I feel, might have seen bigger fish, but not as many.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the boats that trolled fast
saw more fish, but not as many. Not the big ratio.
I think they still saw as many big fish. It's just they saw more fish.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah.
But the boats that troll slower were always catching big ones.
Yeah, but not many.
Well, yeah, still many, but not as many.
Not as many.
I didn't think, but I mean, that can be on the day too. You know, but over a period, I definitely feel like the guys that were going a bit quicker, like Les Gallagher, troll fast, catch shitloads of it. So, yeah, and those big boats, like the really big boats, they don't look like they're going fast, but they're rolling, and they seem to catch a lot of fish. So, yeah, but I mean, definitely speed for me if you want to be up over that 8 knots. You know, 8 knots is sort of the starting point if you want to see blue marlin. If you wanted to change one change in your fishing, is the speed. And then we get into weir.
Yeah.
And that was the cool thing about that day that you convinced me to go. Like, we rolled out there, and I mean, pulled it out.
All you had to do was come around the corner there, pull up on Queen's Boy, and you go, there's going to be a blue marlin here. Like, you could just see it.
Oh, mate, like the sounder was like choked with bait.
Yeah.
And I was like, and the thing is,
the water was phenomenal.
Yeah, lots of current, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Yeah.
But, and shitty. But, I remember that, that area has always been good for blue marlin. Like, if they're in the bay, they're going to be in that 200 metre line, like around that 200 metre line. That's when the best blue marlin fishing is out the front here.
Yeah.
It's when those fish are in like that 200 metre sort of.
Well, a lot of those hot spots that you hear about here, right? Like Queen's Boy, Main Rock, Inside Trench. Like it's all
like 200,
clay
250. Yeah, like that's all that sort of 170 to 250 sort of depth.
Yeah.
And that's shit. But that 200 is the average depth that you want to be focusing on. And that's when the best blue marlin. So that's another piece of the puzzle is the location. Like, because guys go, oh, how do I catch more? I'm like, well, you need to go
where they are.
And I'm so lucky, mate, living here that I've been lucky enough to learn the area and have very good like people teaching me. And then obviously my own like fishing, just to know that, oh, this is potentially a really good spot for blue marlin. And the amount of times you find them there, high. And it's normally on a bit of structure. Yeah. Or just off the structure or something, you know? Yeah. In a general vicinity of a bit of structure. Yeah. So, I mean, that day that we went, like...
That was one of the questions, actually. I've got a bunch of questions here, but one of those was in and around, like, where to find them or where to target them in particular. But I think if you just listen, I think there's so many lessons in just listening
normally
to
up
people.
Current side of a bit of structure.
Yeah.
Like it's real
We
simple.
think about all the spots across New Zealand that fish well for blue marlin that people talk about. The hook. Yeah. You know, 9-pin trench.
Mate.
The garden patch.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's all really simple.
Wickaroa drop off.
Yeah.
Like
Wickaroa drop off is the main spot.
Yeah.
It's simple stuff, man. Like people are asking the questions. These are the answers. Any of that kind of structure that is the same feature as that and it's got current and bait on it is a good place to start. Yeah. And it's got nice water. That's one thing. I have caught the odd blue marlin in New Zealand in shitty water, but majority of the time it's nice water. That's when I've caught them in nice water. But yeah, the reason I go on about that one with you is just because of the whole thing of what we've talked about coming together and how it all worked out. Was, okay, you set the boat up, you troll faster, you go fish on the structure, you know, you pick your spot, oh, it's got bait on it.
The water's good.
Yeah, the water's good. You follow the process. Okay.
Put your underwater lights on.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I mean, you can tell that part of the story. But that fish, what it did and what happened through the whole scenario is probably one of the, like it rates in the top handful of fish I've ever caught just because it was the challenge of it and the whole scenario of what happened, you know?
Yeah.
So, but as far as like picking a spot to catch more blue marlin, that's all the things that I'm looking for. It's really simple, man.
Yeah.
I have caught a bunch. Well, I shouldn't say a bunch, but I've caught a few out deeper in New Zealand, but not that many. Majority of the blue marlins I've caught are in that depth line that I spoke about.
Yeah. Well, that's the hook too. And
Correct.
it's that same depth.
Some of the best blue marlin fishing I've ever seen in New Zealand has been on the hook. The biggest one I've ever had on in New Zealand was in 170 metres straight out the front here on the back of a bit of structure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, monster, like 800 plus. You know, like for New Zealand, to me, that's a monster.
Yeah.
You know.
Such a big fish.
Oh, it's huge fish. Yeah, it's huge.
Like,
fish.
you know, when I'm thinking of that 600 pounder that we saw that day, and looking at the size of that, and then chucking another third on top of it.
Oh,
you know, like plus.
Yeah.
Like,
but once again, boring fishing.
Well,
mowing the grass.
Yeah.
You know.
It's funny the way it's like you call it boring, but it's not boring because it works. Like, you know what I mean? I don't find it boring because I only do that if I feel confident.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So if I go to a spot and it looks good to me, I'll fish it so-called boring. Yeah. And I'll go back and forward, back and forward. Well, it's like those, did I tell you about those guys that watched me fish one day and I just heard them talking on the radio? And one of them, I was actually hooked up at the time, and it might have been my second fish or third fish of the day. And then his mate must have come past him and seen him, and because we're just on Channel 6, it was out of Raglan. And the guy's like, "Oh, how you getting on?" And he's like, nah, no good. Had like a bite earlier, but I've just been sitting here watching that fuckwit on mini chiefy, like catch them all day. And he was like, "Oh yeah," and he goes, "Yeah, fuck." He goes, "Right, eh?" And they were just sort of just chatting to each other. And then one of them goes, "Oh, it must have been the guy that had been there watching me." And he goes, "Oh, he's fucking out of it though. Like, he just literally just goes back and forth in the same spot the whole time. I don't know what the fuck he's up to." And then his mate's like, "Well, maybe there's something to that." And he goes, "Nah, he's just fucking lucky."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, no, the fish were like literally there."
It's such a flawed mindset because what ruins a marlin fisherman is your boat moves. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's why Crash said you're anchored up out there.
Yeah, it's what ruins a marlin fisherman lure fishing that has limited experience is the boat moves.
Yeah.
So live baiting will fix that because you're going to stay in one place for longer. It's going to make you stay in one place. But the best analogy I can do that relates to most Kiwis especially is, do you go snapper fishing? Well, and everyone's like, what kind of stupid question is that? I was like, yeah, of course I'll go snapper fishing. I was like, okay. So you go snapper fishing and you either drift or you anchor, right? So when you anchor normally on a structure or on an area that you know that holds fish. You don't go to a random spot, anchor in the middle of nowhere and think you're going to catch fish. And everybody looks at you and go, yeah, of course, that's true. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, so if you're drifting, you drift across the area that you're fishing, the structure. And then once you get off the structure, do you catch any fish? No, of course, I catch very few. Okay. So what do you do then? I'll go back up and drift across the structure again. You catch the fish? Yeah, I catch the fish. Okay. So when you're trolling, why would you not take the same mindset? Oh, yeah. Really simple. So what, we talk about this again. This is catching blue marlins. It's the same as what we've spoken about for the last podcasts.
Find the structure with the bait.
With the bait.
With the water.
Correct.
Yeah.
And put your speed on. But what we're going to get into is what you do when you get one on. It's the secret.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably one of the things that might have blown your mind when we had that one on.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was.
And because you have the balls to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was, I guess, like, for those that...
Or you can actually see what we've talked about in real life.
Yeah.
That's more to the
I think that was more to the point.
So,
like, I understood it all in theory. Crash obviously had spoken about it a bunch of times too, just in conversations I'd had with him as well, around certain things in particular to do, which ultimately we'd done and happened. But like, for those that haven't listened to the last one and didn't listen to Bonze at the start of this episode, and haven't gone back and listened to it, like that day we obviously turned up at Queensboy. So if we talk about what we've just spoken about and those factors, boat set up well, speed being important for Blue Marlin. We knew Blue Marlin were in the area. There had been some caught the 2 days prior around Queensboy, some a little further south, some a little further north. So we knew they were there. We got there, all the signs led to there should be a Blue Marlin here. The current was pushing, the bait was there, the water was good, the boat setup was perfect. We had the speed to troll, so we had all those factors in play, but we didn't have the underwater lights on.
Yeah.
And we did, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 passes up and down off Queensboy there. And then we came back in shallow, turned, we're heading back up, and I said to Bonze, have you got your underwater lights on? You're like, nah, it's fucking daytime. And I was like, influencer fishing, mate, got to turn your lights on. So flicked the lights on, and then it was just obviously coincidence, but I was like, you watch now, we're going to get a teaser bite of Blue Marlin. We're like, had a giggle to ourselves, and it wouldn't have even been 2 minutes. Like,
that's the
fucking great. Not even 2 minutes. So I'm sitting down on the passenger seat, like just watching the spread, and I just anyone that's seen a submission teaser chain, and especially a green one, like fish love that thing, and they love it on my boat. They love it on a lot of people's boats, but it's, you end up watching it a lot because you're like anticipating, like if a fish is going to turn up, he's going to come to that thing, like 9 times out of 10, like he's going to turn up there. And this thing just launched out of the water, going away from us, like it came straight off the fucking transom. Like, it's like it went through the prop blade on its way to the fucking teaser, and it came out of the water, like full fish out of the water. When I say maybe 3 or 4 feet, its belly was like clean out of the water, like the whole fish flying through the air with the fucking green teaser in its mouth. And I just like froze, like, Blue Marlin, big Blue Marlin.
Blue Marlin. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, and then you turned around and seen its tail going in, and I was just like, holy fuck, that just happened. And like the crazy thing was it had the teaser in its mouth, and obviously it came tight as you launched through the air with it, and it ripped the tension on the drag on the reel, like ripped it out of its mouth. And I watched it like turn its head and its eye, and watched the lure land back on top of the fucking water.
Yeah.
So it had its head turned to the side as it went in, so it made a humongous fucking splash as it went in, because it didn't go in clean.
No.
It went in with its head turned to the side, and then you obviously spun around and seen its tail going, and you're like, oh, it's a good one, all right.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was big to me because, I hadn't seen one that close ever.
Yeah.
Let alone one of that magnitude and that size. And it was like, I swear to God, like that quick, and the fucking thing was back. Like it had spun and it was back on that teaser, just fucking lunging out of the water at it as you brought it in. Just, it was fucking insane. And then to see a fish of that size and that, but it just goes to show all those things you spoke about prior, like their speed, their unpredictability, like all of that. Like they can move in ways that like will literally, if you ain't seen one, like you wouldn't believe it.
No.
Yeah, if you tried to explain it, they'd be like, this ain't no fucking. If you saw a Blue Marlin lying on the ground, let's say a caught one, and you've never seen one before, never seen one in the water, didn't know what they could do, and you said, I've seen a fish like that do this, they'd be like, you're fucking dreaming. There's no way a fish that big can turn around that fast.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, they can. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it. And they can fly through the air. They'd be like, fuck off. That thing can't get out of the water.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I watched it. Like,
Yeah.
Like, they're fucking phenomenal fish.
Yeah. And, mate, it's like a drug, eh?
Yeah.
But,
can we go tomorrow?
Yeah, well, potentially. But this is like that, and then obviously you carry on telling the story.
Carry on. Yeah, so obviously this happens. We pull the teaser in, sort of nothing, he's not there. We're like, okay, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna put a mark on that and go back around. So we turn the boat, spin around, head back down to the mark. We just straighten out off the turn, and then run the teaser back out, and literally it goes over the prop wash, over the first wave, and this thing just fucking launches out of the prop wash, full fish out of the water again, going sideways this time, just boom, straight back on the teaser. It's like, fuck, he was there. He's just following us, waiting for that fucking teaser to come back. So obviously we rip that out again, and then you're like, okay, pull that corner in and just put it. And I guess this is like excitement I've never experienced in my life before on a boat, like fishing. To have a fish like this doing things like that, but to be with somebody that is obviously so experienced with those scenarios. Because I'm very good at controlling my emotions.
Very, very much so.
Yeah, and I was super calm in all of this. Like, I don't even think I swore when the fucking thing jumped out of the water.
Yeah.
But I am now. But I was like, pretty much like that, I was like, Blue Marlin, big Blue Marlin. And that was pretty much all that came out of my mouth. And the rest of it, I was just watching, okay, don't fuck anything up.
Yeah.
Stay calm, do what you need to do. And that was kind of the process. And then you're like, pull that lure down and pull it right in and put it right there where he came out. Like, he'll fucking smoke it. He'll eat it. He'll just be sitting there waiting. So pull the corner out, wind it in. We're kind of watching it. There's nothing. And it wasn't long, It was probably 3 or 4 seconds sitting in the spot, and then just woof on the long corner on the other side, the ballistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was
the bit when I was like, oh, fuck, now it's going to get real.
Yeah.
And this is the bit, like, everybody's like, what you've told the story is, that's cool.
Yeah.
But once you hook it is when it starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's I guess the next bit of the story that,
like, that's the bit
for me, that bit that I learned. So, like, everything I've learned from you and from Crash is like, when you get one on, you got to get on it fast. Like,
correct.
Do not let the fucking thing get too far away from you. Do not let him get a whole bunch of line in the water.
This is where everybody, this fish is such a great example, because we just talk about this one fish is where everybody's going to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this thing eats the corner, and I see it out of the corner of my eye, and then I turn and see it, this mean crash bite. I was like, oh yeah, bang, comes out of the clip, and I'm standing here like hand on the reel, about to pull the other corner in because it's on the bloody first wave. It's like right there. And then I nearly go flying over the back of the boat because you just took the boat straight out of gear, bang. And it's just like, and I was like, holy shit, like, wasn't expecting it. So even though we'd spoken about that a bunch of times, and I just like, boom, like flew into the transom, and I'm like, oh shit.
Fast, eh?
Yeah, stop, quiet, like real
and
fucking
I'm like,
fast.
whoa, in reverse as well, like, stop the boat.
Yeah, and we're like, because we're doing fucking 8.5 knots.
Yeah, in a little boat.
Yeah, so it's not like we're just cruising along, and all of a sudden the boat just stops. I nearly fall over the back, so I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, okay, do what you need to do. So I like pull the lure in, throw it in, and all I remember is your voice. She's like, oh well, he's fucking on there or he's not. And I was just like, oh, okay, I guess that means something. So then I run to the rigger, pulling the rigger down on the starboard side, and I'm pulling that down, and next minute I just hear you crank, like 2 cranks of the handle on the rod that got bit, and then I just look over, and then it just loads up and just fucking like 50 wide started emptying real fast.
Yeah, and I take the drag off.
Yeah.
I mean, got to remember, guys, this is fun fishing, so it's highly, like, this fish is never going to be legal. Don't go here, we're just having fun. So don't, like, listening to this, don't think that we would have, like, it's just how a fish went on fire, I don't care. if it meant anything or was a tournament, I certainly wouldn't fish like this by any means. But
Yeah.
we're just having fun. So, like at this point, my mindset is like, fuck.
Yeah.
We've got this thing on. It's on light gauge.
Yeah.
I cannot let any line get out of here, and I cannot put any drag on this fish. So you're a double-edged sword straight away. I'm like, I've got no drag on this fish.
And we can't let it get too far away.
We can't let it get too far away. So I'm like,
everything's
I was like, swings, don't even worry about that other rod.
Yeah.
And we turned on it straight away. And I still had 2 lines out, I think, when we turned.
Just one. I got my one in.
Yeah, sorry.
Because the first one was all the way in, remember?
Yeah.
So I just literally pulled that in the boat. And then the other one I'd had, by the time that happened, I'd had like halfway in. So I ended up getting that in, and then the other one was still out on the other
and
side.
I'm like, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
It'll be good. And man, I must have run that thing down, like a turn and chase on that fish. We were rolling, man. Yeah,
well, at one stage, like, so the next part of this is I grab the rod, you like pick up the rod. Those that have seen the video of Dino, I picked it up quicker than Dino did.
Yeah, very much so.
I think Dino still hasn't picked up the rod. But anyway, I picked up the rod and you're like, get in the corner. So I run across into the corner and you turn the boat and I'm leaning out the side because we've still got the rigger out and the teaser hanging out of the rigger. So I'm making sure the line doesn't touch the teaser line coming down or the squid chain coming down, which it did at one point and it burnt. Remember it cut one of those squids clean in half. And I'm leaning out the side of the boat. It's fucking 15 knots, but with a shitload of current, and I'm just eating these waves to the face, leaning out the side with a 50 wide under my arm like a fucking snapper rod, and we're just tearing after it. And I just remember you just yelling at me, just tell me when you stop losing, and I'm just like, nah. And then I remember you coming back, we're doing fucking 15 knots. And I was like, still losing. And this thing was just bombing away up in front of us. But we got on it fast. So we would have had the top shot. And from memory, when I put the harness on the loop, we could see the loop coming in and out of the water. So we're like right on top of it by that stage.
So the takeaway here for anyone, like my mindset at this moment is when it ate, I'm like, oh well, it's either on or not. So what I'm trying to do at this stage as a captain and is manage how much line we're losing basically. I want to lose as little as possible because this is where you're going to get yourself in trouble. The further you let that fish get out, the less control you have when it decides to go down. And that is the absolute killer for you. And we'll talk about this fish and then we'll talk about what to do in different scenarios. But in this fish, for now, I remember going, oh shit, it's a real nice one. We've got it on light gauge, and that didn't bother me too much, but all I was trying to do at that stage was stay connected and minimize line loss. And I would have done exactly the same thing with a heavy gauge hook. But I'm very conscious of with the light gauge to keep even less drag on with speed.
Yeah, because it goes so fast.
Yeah, so all I was worried about, as soon as I could get a side clear enough that the gear was clear enough that I wasn't going to run over the line, I'll leave those other lures out. We can get them later. And I just turn the boat and start chasing it. And all I'm thinking of at that stage is just trying to get belly out. And sometimes you need to come up with a drag just to get belly out.
Which is what we did.
Yeah, which you'll go up. Yeah, because your light drag's not going to pull the belly out once you start chasing it. So you do have to naturally come up on the drag. But you're trying to minimize the drag by chasing the fish down. You know what I mean? So you're trying to reduce the speed by chasing the fish.
Yeah.
So so in my head the whole time at the start of this fight, especially with this fish, I am just worried about not letting it get any line out. And while it's on the surface, I can chase it. So it's very important at that start. And the other thing is also is keeping the drag light enough that the fish decides that hopefully stays up for longer.
Which it did. It didn't go. It was like we said, when we got on top of it, the loop was out of the water. So he was only, if he was straight down, he was only 20 meters.
Yeah, exactly. So Yeah, so I mean that's my mindset at that stage of the fight.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, the beginning is the most important.
Yeah.
It's one of the key moments. There's a handful of key moments here.
Yeah.
And for blue marlins, you cannot let them get line out. It's going to be your biggest enemy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like you say, like the more line you got out, the less control you've got. Like your direction of pull changes, like everything's
but it's not just
right?
that. It's not just that. It's the time when they decide to go down.
Yeah.
That's your key moment.
You got to stop them.
Yeah. Well, you're going to find out when you're going to catch them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, everybody will listen to this podcast and go, these guys have talked about this before. Yeah, no, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Because you're asking about blue marlin here.
Yeah.
Well, it's
this is a real life
this
scenario.
This is it. And there's no... This is what's going to make you catch more blue marlin. Because everyone's like, I want to catch more blue marlin. I'm like, yeah. Well, I can sort of give you an idea how to hook more. But...
Hooking them to catching
them. Yeah, exactly. This is the secrets, is what we're talking about now, is the real secret to blue marlin fishing. I mean, the finding them and that is when they're around, they're not that difficult to find.
No.
You know what I mean?
And to get a good summer with there is
some years it's bug all around, so they're bloody hard to catch.
Well, last year, right?
Yeah, it's extremely hard to catch.
Didn't he get caught up here? Like Brad Rowe got that nice one.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There wasn't many around there, was there? East Coast fished good early, but it's a bit quieter later on.
So we got that one on, and like as I said, all I'm trying to do is minimum low loss and then get up short on it, and then what happens is normally they'll start to go down.
Yeah.
And that moment right there, you want to be close to it when it starts to go down, because if it's a long way out, right, and it decides to go down, it's going to get to a depth where you can't stop it a lot more easily. But if it goes down and you're close to it, it's not going to be as heavy, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like a diver.
The deeper it goes, the more pressure
Correct,
it gets on it.
and the heavier it gets.
Yeah.
It's like a diver who gets to a certain depth. You get to a certain depth and you just keep going down. You don't need any weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Become less buoyant.
Yeah.
The pressure.
Correct. So it's exactly the same thing. So if you're shorter, it can't get to that depth as easily.
Yeah.
Or you've got a chance to stop it getting to that depth.
Yeah.
And
you've got a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
To try.
Yeah, and then that's what I said to you. We got to that point again. I'm like, we'll just push the drag up.
Yeah.
We're going to find out whether we're going to catch it or not.
Yeah, and we did, because it got to that point and it was just sort of, it wasn't dead and it wasn't going down, but he had started his, he was moving his depth, right? Yeah. And then you're like, I'll come up on the drag, we'll see if we've got him or we're not. We're either going to catch it or we won't.
Yeah.
And then, came up on the drag all the way to sunset, fingers on the spool to get it.
This is on light gauge too.
Yeah, this is on light gauge.
Don't lock it up, mate.
Yeah. So I went all the way to sunset and you're like, what's it doing? I was like, still slow take. And you're like, we'll give it some finger pressure. Just gave it some, and then it gave us the doot, the big nod.
The nod is the secret.
Yeah.
If you see it do the nod, your rod do the nod, you're like, 9 times out of 10 broken it.
Yeah. And then it went, and then he came up pretty much to about, when we did that to him the first time, he would have been within 5 meters of the surface.
Correct.
Yeah. We thought we were going to get a jump out of him. I was like, sweet, he's going to come up, we're going to get another look, but he didn't quite break the surface. Yeah. And then he did it again, like the same thing. We did the same thing, did maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Before we got that first shot at the leader. And that was within 15 minutes?
15 minutes, I was going to say,
Yeah, probably something like that. It wouldn't have been any more. Could have been slightly less.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 minutes or so. But, yeah. And then we had that, but then, everything went how we needed it to go. We just didn't we didn't have the crew. We needed one more. It was difficult in the conditions.
Rough,
it was rough.
The waves were breaking in the boat. The boat was full of water.
The bilge pump's airlocked.
Yeah.
So then the lure box was the bail.
Yeah.
So I'm there with the rod. You're trying to bail water and drive and leader all at the same time.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a stationary boat, the waves were breaking in.
Yeah. We're just sitting there, dead boat.
Yeah.
In that scenario.
Yeah. So it's quite dangerous.
Mm.
So, but anyway.
Yeah.
That's another story.
Yeah.
So,
and then we had the heartbreak of the tip of the prototype rod.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was that loaded because I had it on the leader and then I dumped it and that shock load.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in that whole scenario of the fishing for the blue marlin, like as far as fighting it, is at the start you just want to stay connected, minimize line loss, try to keep that fish up on the surface with a light drag, just using enough drag to gain line. And then as the fish decides to go down, you push your drag up, and as long as it's not ripping line 100 miles an hour, you just go straight up and give it heaps. And the other thing is too, in a trailer boat, what you need to do as you do that, you need to put the boat in a position where it's pulling away from the fish, so it actually pulls that drag on the fish.
Otherwise, you just pull the boat over top
Correct.
of it. Which is what I learned that very first fish I caught after we set Mini Chiefy up, which we talked about in that setup podcast.
Yeah, because what will happen is, you've got, say, 20 kilos at your sunset with hand pressure. That will pull your boat along, a little boat along, no worries at all.
That'll pull a 7 metre trailer boat along, no worries.
Piece of cake.
Especially direction that you're
Correct.
fighting the fish. Like pulling it bow forward.
Correct.
Piece of piss.
Piece of cake, man.
Yeah.
So if you think
you can push it with one hand when you're in the water.
Yeah, so if you think you're applying maximum drag and everything, you're dreaming. Because
you need to hold that boat.
You need to put the boat
against it.
You need to let the boat work and make the fish pull. And the only way you can do that is normally putting that boat in reverse or pulling away from that fish in some capacity. So it actually has to pull drag. So that is probably the secret there. Those couple of moves of at the start of the fight is light drag, stay connected, chase the fish down in some capacity, try to stay close to it.
Yeah.
When it goes down, change the drag, and that is going to either change the fish's behavior if it's alive, potentially stop it if it's dead, and then if it is dead, it's going to have your drag locked up on sunset already instead of waiting until it gets to the bottom, hopefully, where you're going to have to go to sunset anyway after a while. So it's a really good thing. And if it's not dead and it comes to the surface again, you back the drag off, repeat the process.
Yeah.
And you use just enough drag to gain the line. Like, it's a really simple formula.
Yeah. If you're gaining, you're winning. If you're not...
Like, I listened to these guys, like I heard another one today is telling me, we have it set at 8 kilos on the button or whatever the hell, or at strike when it eats the lure, and we get it in the chair and then we just go straight up to 15 kilos. And the guy's like, and we lost the fish. And I'm like, oh yeah, no shit. I'm like, interesting. I'm like, what? Why are you putting more drag on when you don't need it? Like, you need to, like, the secret is, and this is what I tell everybody is, like, oh, you got such light drag. I'm like, yeah, but I use my whole drag range. I don't just set it at one drag. Like, so the reason I keep it so light, the secret is the change. That's what you have to have up your sleeve.
Yeah.
And that's why I said to you, like, when I'm on fishing heavy tackle with heavy gauge hooks, I'm like, I'm going to mess these fish up, man, because I have so much drag change. And that drag change is the absolute secret. That's why I try
it's
to...
It's the only way that you can get the fish to change their behaviour.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, you imagine it. If you go, say you're walking and you're pulling a cart along, and somebody just keeps adding a couple of bricks over every, say, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't really notice it too much, but until it's like, it's actually a lot. But by that stage, I've already gone miles.
Yeah.
But if somebody came along and just dumped a whole heap of bricks in your cart and it went from like 10 kilos to 100 kilos, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like you'd be a reaction, you know?
Yeah.
But not if it's been over a certain time. You're like, oh man, it got really heavy.
Yeah.
But I've already done a kilometre. If you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This is like, so that there is why I keep the drag so light. It's a number of things. Like it's a two-prong attack there. The light drag keeps the fish up on the surface more. And then it gives me more change of drag, which is the absolute secret.
Yeah.
Like I use the whole drag range all the time. So there's those two things there that are massive keys to it all.
And the key is that timing of it too. Like, because I do the same thing. Like, just with predominantly all striped marlin. Like, I haven't landed a blue yet.
Marlin, like the biggest difference with the striping and the blue for me is what I just spoke about. Those two aspects right there is on the initial start of the fight is what I do is that minimizing the line loss and then obviously that whole when it goes down. Now I watch a lot of YouTube, I watch a lot of Instagram fishermen and stuff just so I can learn, and there's some amazing videos that look amazing, but the amount of times that I see a blue marlin jumping up behind the boat and it's jumping up the side of the boat and the captain's got the pins down and he's like, I'm keeping up with it. I'm like, it for my mind, it looks amazing on camera, but if that was me driving the boat, I don't get that kind of footage because I don't do that.
Yeah. Because
to me, the fish is going this way, you're going this way, your line's going out the back of the boat.
All you're dumping belly.
You're just dumping line in the water. So in that scenario, that's why I stopped the boat. I'm like, it's either on there or it's not. Like, I always laugh. I was like, okay, so you hook a snapper, do you just bury the hammers and drive off it? Like, people
it's actually the opposite. Like, so if, like, a lot of the guys that are really good, like snapper fishermen, like, soft bait is shallow water, they do the exact same thing as what you're saying to do with the blue marlin. Don't give the fucking thing any angle. So as soon as you get a good one on, like Mark Collins and that, they will fucking get the boat over top of it that quick, so that fish doesn't get you over a ledge or around some weed, and they just literally try and get on top of it. So it's the exact same theory. Yeah, but you're dealing with a fish that's trying to rub you up off on the bottom, where a blue marlin's just trying to like empty your spool and get away from you as fast as possible.
Correct.
Yeah. And the more line that goes in the water, the more risk.
Yeah, so in that scenario is when you hook it, that's why you see me stop the boat so fast. Because I'm like, okay, what's it going to do? And if it starts jumping at the boat, all I have to do in that position is I put the boat back in gear, turn hard one way and just give it a little kick. And let that fish pass me. Let it do all the work. Let it do all the work, and as soon as it goes past me, I've got bugger all belly out. And I've probably got a direct line to that fish that I can drive down. So fast and easy.
Yeah.
As opposed to
breaking all of that belly out.
Yeah, and it looks so impressive though on a video. But one jumping up the wake at you and then jumps up the side of the boat and you trying to do 20 knots to keep up with it is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, well, that scenario I had with that blue marlin I hooked a couple of years ago off Ragland was like that was that exact scenario. So like I got bit, didn't see the bite, and then the fish came. He ended up he ate. Like I do anyway. I slow the boat pretty quickly. Everyone that follows me will see the videos, and once I get bit, I pretty much knock the boat back to about 2-3 knots anyway. So like bugger all. And then started clearing the gear, and then it jumped, and it came out jumping cross wake, and I was like, holy shit, that's fucking blue marlin. And as soon as I saw that it was a blue, I stopped the boat because of the scenario that we were in. I was like, okay, this is a blue. Like, I do not want this fucking thing to get very far away from me, and I don't want to have much line in the water. So yeah, I quickly backed the drag off, and the fish started jumping. I kept an eye on it, jumped around, it looped around. Then it started coming back up towards the boat, and I watched it, and it turned, went back across the back, and then it was bombing up, coming along the starboard side, and I was clearing the starboard rigger, and then, because it ate the starboard corner, and then I was like, it started jumping, and I was watching it, and it jumped, and it went, and as it jumped, it turned and went through the water, and I could see it coming through the water, and I was like, fuck, it's pointing straight at the boat, and now it's only about 10 meters away, so I'm like, this thing's going to come launching out of the water, it's probably going to land about where we are.
Yeah.
So all I did, reach forward, kick the boat into gear, and we just, I probably drove off from where we were sitting at about 3-4 knots, and then the fish literally landed where my motor, when you kick it into gear and it gives that big burst of air that comes up, so the fish landed straight on top of that. So he would have hit us, we would have got very close to hitting the boat, but that's all I had to do was just watch it, keep an eye on it. It's like, okay, he's real fucking close now, kick it into gear, just get it away from him, and then just carried on clearing the gear, and then within same kind of thing, 12 to 15 minutes at a guess, I had the Dacron loop coming in and out of the water, and we just pulled him off. And he obviously just wasn't hooked. Because the hook rig was fine, everything was fine. He obviously just had it over top of his bill.
So it's really interesting. We talk about that now, and I talk about how I had those fights for like 4 or 5 hours when I started. I haven't had many fish over an hour in the last 15 years. Just from just from knowledge, mate, of doing what we're doing and fighting them, how we fight them now, they're normally, a typical fish is that 15, 20 minutes. And you don't have to do anything crazy as far as like chasing the fish. You just have to just turn and chase and put that boat in gear normally. It'll do 5 knots. 5 knots is fast. When you're chasing a fish. I know we just spoke about doing 15 knots and stuff, but that's at the start of the fight. And that's when that fish is probably doing like fucking 60 mile an hour. It's fast, man.
Fuck, they go fast, eh? What's the craziest thing you've seen straight off the bite from a blue?
Shit. Craziest thing. I don't know, man.
How quick you seen some of those spools empty?
Oh, super fast.
Yeah.
They make a different noise. Make a different noise. But 130 just dumping, man. It's like, holy shit, that's another noise. And that's I don't know. Probably the craziest things is just eat it and come straight out of the water, just up on it, on their side, tail walking across the spread on their side. You're like, holy shit, that's pretty wild. Especially when it's a big one, it's like an 800, 900 pounder. Doing that, just fully
because they're there, right? It's close.
And I'm trying to back up to it. And I'm going backwards on it, and you've still got your spread out, and I'm backing through the spread, and it's right there. I'm like, we're gonna get a shot at the leader here in a minute, in literally a minute.
Well, that's one thing that you do see a lot, and it talks to the point, right? We're talking. In New Zealand, it's a very different fishery because we're trailer boat predominantly, where you look at all the stuff overseas, those bigger boats are set up to get on those fish fast now, because of the learnings and the technology and all of those things. All of those boats, you see them, they get a blue on, the boat's going backwards, fucking instantly.
Oh, mate.
The crew are all winding the gear and the lures are popping off the bow.
Correct.
So it's that when you see that versus what you see in our videos in terms of Kiwis and the way and fishing out of a trailer boat, obviously you don't have the ability to do that, but it's how do you focus on limiting the line loss and get to it fast? What
you do, and I have really, this is how I educated at the start of and this has been really interesting for me, this whole journey, for everyone to learn this as well, is learning what people that have never done it before and in a mindset of panic almost when you get a big fish on, is being able to give them a process that is able to be followed under the heat of the moment.
It's got to be simple.
Yeah.
And for it to be.
And that's definitely changed as I've learned more about teaching. Because that's the biggest thing, is actually is teaching people in a way that they can understand it and process it and do it when there's crazy stuff going on, like a Blue Marlin, for example. That whole when I first started, what I was teaching was you put the boat in a turn.
Yeah.
And that is what you want to do to minimize your line loss. If you really want to get good at this, when the trailer boat is, if you get a fish on, say, your starboard rigger, put your boat into a turn on the starboard side, what it'll do, it'll flick your spread out, it'll clear your spread out of the way, you'll be able to turn the boat on that side and start running down the line. Your lures are still out. You're going to be able to manage how much line you lose. It's a very good way of doing it. The only problem is unless you have practiced it, it's so much easier just to keep going forward and stop the boat. It's like pros and cons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the day that we fished, there was only two of us.
Putting it in the
It's
turn.
rough as balls. I cannot put that boat in the turn because it's so freaking rough.
Yeah.
There's two of us.
Yeah.
So I can't leave the wheel and put the boat in the turn because the autopilot doesn't put the boat in the turn.
Nah.
This is the whole thing. There's pros and cons. So if you watch some of my videos when I fished with Troy and Kona on his little Segador boat, if you watch the way that we fished in those videos, we would put the boat in a turn when we had a Blue Marlin on. And the reason we did that is because those guys had fished heaps, we'd all fished together so much. And
everyone knew
what
needed to be done.
Yeah, and we'd just turn whatever side the fish went on. They'd clear one line on that side and we're away. And then as we're going, they'd clear the others. And you would minimise the amount of line that you lost real fast. So that was what we can do. When it goes back to what you're talking about, you're watching overseas, the boats start going backwards through the spread. Exactly the same thing with a trailer boat, but you're just doing it forwards. Yeah, but it's not easy to do. Like going back through the spread in a big boat is a lot easier than...
Yeah, it's a straight line.
Correct.
Straight through.
Yeah, it's way easier.
Yeah.
So that's why, when we fished, as I said, I just now really say concentrate on catching one marlin and as far as educating and just slowing the boat down and stopping is a lot easier thing to do than put the boat in the turn and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
But
putting the boat in the turn right is going to increase your chances of getting another one on.
Correct.
Too, because you got those lures fishing for longer.
And I mean that's a great way to do it. And once you get
but you need a good crew to do that.
Yeah, and once you get more skilled, you definitely want to start looking at doing that. But I don't want to get too much into that because it's not something for everyone. You know what I mean? So, but so if it's me fishing with my dedicated, like a good crew, as soon as the fish eats on a trailer boat, I'd put the boat into a turn and just start driving down the line that the fish is on. Yeah. And let my crew clear the gear. And yes, it gives me a chance of multiple fish, but we're talking about Blue Marlins. And I'll be straight up with you.
You don't want multiple on a trailer boat.
You don't. And I found this out. I've fished in places with big marlin. And the amount of times that I've had two big ones on, and I'm like, you motherfucker. This is amazing, but why couldn't you just turn up by yourself? Then you got 800 on, and then you got another massive one on. I'm like, fuck. And they've both gone different directions.
Yeah.
And you're just like, a multiple's not always a blessing, mate.
No.
Like I can assure you, because I'm like, I would have caught the shit out of that one if it was a single, because I could have chased it with the boat.
Yeah.
And then I would have caught the other one as a single too, because I could have chased it as a boat. But as a double, 2 massive ones on is sometimes a real handful, mate. Sometimes those rods are going for a swim with a float on it, mate.
Yeah.
You know, it happens.
Yeah.
Chuck a rod over the side, takes balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, hopefully it's still there.
Yeah, well,
Come back. Well, he's either on or he's not.
Yeah. We'll suss that out later.
Yeah. Well, like,
It's just a rod, mate.
well, it's like your first pass at Cape Verde when the fish turned up, right? Triple header.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of them was a big one,
Yeah.
but not like all of them. So
Yeah.
you can deal with them to a certain size normally.
Yeah.
It's once they get like massive,
Yeah.
and you got 2 massive ones on, you're just like,
They go where they want to go.
like seriously, like it's sick,
Yeah.
and I'll take it every day. But I'm just like, sometimes you're like, please just give me one at a time.
Yeah. Please, just one.
I know that sounds so crazy that you're saying just one at a time, but it's true. So that just goes as a long answer to that thing about going backwards in the big boat.
Yeah. Well, like, and again, like we said at the start, or you said at the start, what you're gonna share and what we're gonna talk about is very simple things, just in different contexts and different stories, right? So
Correct.
by putting the boat in a turn, we're talking about something different. By going back through the spread, it's talking about something different. But it all leads back to what we did when we had that fish on, which was stopping the boat. But all 3 factors lead to eliminating line loss. Plain and simple.
Correct.
That's all 3 techniques there are all trying to do one thing.
Correct.
Limit the amount of line that gets into the water so the fish doesn't get too far away. So if it goes down, it doesn't get too fucking too heavy, because you're close enough to it to make a play at it there and then, because if it gets too far down, it's going to get heavier and heavier. And then also it gives you a chance to get on the fish, and then you've got more ability to affect its behavior with drag control.
Yeah, and then we can open up a whole other can of worms if you want.
Always.
Is okay, we've got lots of line out now. We've got line drag as a factor, which is massive.
Yeah.
Line drag as a factor is a whole nother ball game. You know?
Yeah, it's something I don't understand well yet.
Well, the easiest...
I try and limit it being in there, but when it's in there, I'm a bit like, I don't really know how to deal with this.
Well...
Apart from drive up and try and get it out.
Yeah, well, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. But it's also, that's why I talk about having lots of line out, enemy. Line drag, enemy.
Yeah.
So I always have told the story is anyone should just get, say, 100 meters of line with no swivel on it, put the boat at trolling speed and run the line out, like run 100 meters of line out behind the boat at trolling speed, and just check how much drag it takes to...
Wind it in.
Well, yeah, it'll hold it in place even.
Yeah.
It'll blow you away how much drag it takes just to hold that line. So you think about that with a fish going way faster than 8 knots. You've got way more than 100 out.
Yeah.
You've got a belly in it.
Yeah, so it's not pulling in a straight line, it's pulling around a corner.
Yeah, so you've got like...
So all of that...
Loading. So you've got loading points as well, where that fish can change direction. You know, so for speed, the load on that line must be huge. So then you've also got the factor that your reel is getting smaller, the spool diameter is getting smaller, so the reel is naturally putting drag on. Like it's such an interesting thing. They've just thrown another dimension in it. So another reason to keep your line loss like to minimum is to minimize that factor.
All of those factors.
Yeah. I mean, it goes against your mindset to back the drag off. Because you're like, I'm not going to, like, I've got to stop it. So you've always been taught to lock the drag up to stop it. Well,
You're never going to stop.
You're never going to stop a thing that's like the size of a bloody
small cow.
Yeah, you know, like
well, not even a small cow.
The line's 37 kilos, mate.
Yeah.
That thing's 300.
Yeah. Or even a 90 kilo stripey.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not. Yeah, it's fucking nearly 3 times the weight of the breaking strain.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
but it's swimming fast.
Yeah. So you have to take that into account as well. So that's another really big thing with blue marlins because it's exaggerated.
Yeah.
Because it's so fast.
Yeah.
So that's why we go again about using just enough drag to gain line. You're never going to stop this thing.
Nah.
So
how many do you hear? So many stories of that. Like, what happened? How'd you break that or break this? Oh, it was just dumping line, so it just came up on the drag. And it's like, do you really think that it's going to stop a fish that big, that fast?
Please, don't do that.
You're not trying to turn a 20-pounder's head.
Yeah,
like,
It's like
or a fucking 25 kilo kingy.
It doesn't work.
No.
Like, you're never going to stop it. But that's what I mean is keeping that drag light again.
Yeah.
It allows you, you have to then also minimize how much line you're losing because your drag is light. You know? So it's all these factors that mold into why you're doing it. You know? Why you're driving like you are or reacting like you are at the start of the fight. All of these things, all of these factors that we just mentioned all combine to why you do it like that. You know?
Which go back to the simple things that we said at the start.
So we just described a really simple action in a complicated way.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean? So you don't need to know that stuff.
Yeah, all we needed to tell you was right at the start, eliminate your line loss.
Correct.
Yeah, and only use enough drag to gain line.
Correct.
Yeah, don't need any more.
Yeah, don't overthink this.
Yeah.
We've just done all that for you.
Yeah.
Eliminate that out of your mind. Yeah. Like, and that's like, people are like, why do I do this? I'm like, you don't need to know.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Trust it.
Just trust what I told you. And now you know the explanation behind it.
Yeah. So now if you, listen to that, you'll hear the methodology behind it and why all of those lessons that have come along in different forms throughout.
And I mean, we're
journey.
not even starting like, and in the other previous podcasts, we've talked about fish that aren't hooked and all that kind of stuff. So there's all those factors that we can throw in the mix as well. But you don't need to know that stuff. Like, you need to listen to the other podcast for that. But that's all part of what we're talking about. Is basically doing what we just spoke about.
But I said this to you earlier, I don't think it was on here, it might have been offline when we were just chatting and we're talking about light gauge and heavy gauge hooks, and I would fish the exact same with either. Like I fish light gauge hooks because it's I fish here in New Zealand.
You heard what I said to you.
Yeah,
I'm like, I fish exactly the same, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'm fishing heavy gauge, mate. I'm gonna mess you up, mate.
Yeah.
Because I got so much margin for error. I got so much change of drag.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like, you know, like it's, mate. I feel almost bulletproof, mate. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I've got so much up my sleeve here compared to what I have in the light gauge. And the light gauge, I still have plenty.
But and what it leads to is it's just the process.
Correct.
It's just doing the same process, but
correct.
The heavy gauge process, like you say there, in terms of the drag management and what is available to you because of
and margin for error.
Yeah, margin for error is far greater and it's higher, so it gives you more.
Which is what you need when you're targeting big blue marlin.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm targeting blue marlin, I'm not fishing light gauge. There's all this stuff that goes around and that they're all tools.
Yeah.
But I'm fishing, what we're talking about is I'm fishing out the front here, probably going to catch a striped marlin. But if a blue marlin jumps on, I'm very confident that I'm going to give it a real good shot at catching it because it's process.
Yeah.
And if I wouldn't have learned to catch blue marlin on heavy gauge, I never would have learned to catch them on light gauge.
Yeah, well,
There's no difference.
Who was the guy when you're in Azores.
Oh, yes.
And he catch them fast.
Scuba Steve and Ian Carter.
And they caught this shit out of them on 80-pound fast. Eh?
Yeah. So,
and that's where they're like, what?
Yeah.
And that was all the drag management.
Drag management and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Scuba fished with me a little bit on Cape Verde.
Yeah.
I learned heaps. And then he crewed with me in the Azores last season that I fished.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Like, just absolute master, eh? Like, we caught one fish. I'll never forget it. We caught one fish. It was one of the best fish I've ever caught. Like, not for any other reason but the whole process. We had a charter from North Carolina on. I hooked this fish. It did not jump. It just did a hard run away. And all I remember looking down the scuba and I just pointed at him and I just went like, I didn't even say anything. I just had my finger out and my other finger over the top of that finger, just like,
got him over the bill.
Yeah, it's over the bill. He's like, and he just nods at me. There's nothing said. And the boat had a blow-in turbo, so I only really had one motor.
Yeah.
And anyway, we just turned and chased on this thing. I turned and chased on it on one motor pretty much. And we snuck up on this fish, caught it, got it round. And like he managed that drag perfectly. We wouldn't have caught it otherwise without him managing the drag. And we got it to the boat, comes at the boat, sure enough, gets it on the leader, slides it straight off.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we should never have caught that fish. You know, and the charter's like, holy shit, I've never seen any crew work like that ever in my life. And these guys have caught a bunch of fish.
Yeah.
Like, that to me is everything that we've all... Like, that to me is where I earned that charter. That's why they came and, like, I felt like we, like, did our job to the best we could ever do it is on those kind of fish. You know?
Worth every dollar.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, that's all the years and... I'm so blessed to fish with like a crew like Scuba that you're like, oh man, that was all the lessons that we learned just came together right there, and that was a special one for us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yes, that's that. Like, I feel that's that guy there, the master, mate. Like, yeah, just incredible fisherman, man.
Yeah, because that that. Drag control.
That's where I learned it all.
Yeah, learn it, eh? Because I remember you saying on one of the earlier podcasts, and you're like, man, it was just like they were getting them and they were getting them fast. And like, how do you do that? And it's like, no drag. And you're like, what? Yeah. What do you mean no drag? And it's like, no drag. Like, back it off.
And once you learn what they mean about no drag, well, there's not.
It is drag, but it's at the right time.
Yeah, it's when you use drag, and they're using the full range.
Yeah.
You know. And mate, the other person who's an absolute master, and you want to watch this videos is Eddie.
Oh yeah.
In Exmouth at Peak Sport Fishing. That guy, him and Wes.
Yeah. Very
good, man.
Yeah.
So, very, very, very good. You want to watch a lot of his videos, especially trailer boat fishing. And they fish out of that contender where they fish off the bow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now I watch a lot of the other guys that fish Exmouth.
Yeah.
It's like just watching them drive and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
See where you learned that from.
Watching
their videos, eh? You know?
Yeah.
But just fishing alongside those guys as well, you get to watch them and see. So.
Yeah, so like you talked about Azores there, but you were there and probably the best Blue Marlin bite that our generation's ever seen.
Yeah, they call it big Blue Marlin bite of the century.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Unbelievable.
Oh, mate, like ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, I guess, you know, for access and being able to see some of it, like obviously the Bad Company crew were there at that point in time. So
yeah, it's cool that everybody gets to see that.
Yeah. Like, because otherwise it's kind of something that happens that you hear about, but the fact that they documented their fishing and they're one of many boats
Yeah.
that were there, and they talked about they talk about that too.
I'm
like,
fishing and he's 50 metres away from
Yeah.
me, right beside, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, just he's like, how'd you get? I'm like, oh, I just watched that fish that you caught, and then he just watched the fish that I caught.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. But it was just that, like, you know, they were giving their daily wrap-ups and trip wrap-ups and like, talking about it, and they're just like, is that 6? Like 6 over 500 pounds in a day?
Yeah.
And, you know,
It's
like
true.
9 fish.
Well, it's true, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's not
fucking
bullshit.
out the gate.
Yeah.
Like,
And we're doing the same sort
Yeah.
of thing, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that just like
Oh, mate. Like,
all of it coming together? And
yeah,
just like
it got to the point where like we had a few days where we pushed it pretty hard with weather because
yeah.
the fishing was so good. You're like,
just like, gotta
oh,
get out
dude,
there.
we had a couple of days there just like, what? Like, this is ridiculous. It's so rough, man.
You get him in the rough?
Well, we got beaten a couple of times because we had to come home. It was too rough, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, we fished a lot of rough days there. Like
Yeah.
a lot of days where you're like,
Yeah.
this is pretty uncomfortable,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, you have a lot of rough weather in the Azores, or you have a lot of calm weather, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best days that I had was flat calm.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
You know, I hate the rough, man.
Yeah.
Like I'll be straight up.
Yeah, you would have had enough rough days in Cape Verde.
I've had enough rough days, mate.
You get any calm days in Verde?
Yeah, heaps.
Yeah, heaps. Yeah.
Man. And that was the thing going back this year. We fished in the car.
Yeah.
I fished in the lead pretty much the whole time.
Oh yeah, in Verde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I didn't fish in the rough very much at all. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother story to get into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Do we want to talk about Azores or do we want to talk about that?
Azores is probably more important at the moment
Yeah.
for what we're talking about now because Cape Verde changed my view on marlin fishing a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
They have a tool there, mate, and most of the boats that are the top boats now that
Yeah.
you've got to have one or else you can't compete.
Yeah.
But it teaches you lots.
Yeah.
So I don't think we talk about that just yet.
Okay.
You know, that's the sonar
Yeah.
hot rabbit hole is a whole nother thing. But it's a good thing too.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have that mindset of like, it's only a wealthy thing and all this kind of thing because yes, they're very expensive, but it's going to teach us a lot of things. It's going to help even if you don't have a sonar. So in my opinion, it needs to be embraced. But and I'll talk about my experiences with it a bit later. But yeah, just still with the Azores and stuff of what I saw there. Man, just like it's mind blowing, mate. The amount of big fish. I've never seen a place with so many big fish. Like we get one lure back out and have another big one on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just catch a 700. Just go to set the gear again. You get one lure out and boom, on again. You're like, this is chaos, mate.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it wasn't like that every day, but we had our days for the whole season. I mean, we had like, I think on my boat, we caught like 60 something. Might have been a bit more in 60 days.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty mean.
Yeah.
So.
And the ratio of big ones was high, eh?
Oh yeah, I don't know how many over 600 I caught. Like a lot. It sounds so ridiculous to talk like that too.
Yeah.
But they're all massive.
Yeah.
Like all massive fish.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
was there anything you noticed different there, apart from the fish just being bigger? Was the conditions was there more bait, less bait?
I don't
just
know,
kind of seemed.
It's hard to say, man.
Just seemed really.
I think the water was really consistent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the
clarity of it.
Yeah, it was consistent, man.
Yeah.
It was a lot more consistent than previous years.
Yeah.
Bait wise, I don't think so. That place is always choked.
Is it just full of bait?
It's so much life.
Yeah.
So much life, mate, in that place. But yeah, it was mind blowing. Yeah. Like absolutely mind blowing.
Yeah.
How many big fish were there?
Many multiples while you were there, like.
I personally, I think I might have had 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not uncommon. Like guys definitely get them. I mean, I had the most insane multiple Blue Marlin right there in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when I first went there. This is like when I was maybe 2008.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. We had a massive fish come and eat on the corner, and it was so flat calm, like absolute mirror calm, that we slowed the boat down. I think I've told this story in previous podcasts, and one ate it out of my hand as I was putting the last lure in, out from underneath the transom, and it stopped boat. And it ate it. Yeah, and Les goes, "How big's that one?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "But it's a damn sight bigger than that 800 pounder that we got on the other one."
Yeah?
Yeah, and we got absolutely spanked.
Yeah.
So that broke us off.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about having two big ones on.
Yeah.
Like,
no good.
I've never had a real good result with catching two big ones, mate. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, and that's not just with me driving the boat, it's with some of the best captains in the world, mate, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a whole nother level when you get into a fish like that, right? Like, there's so many factors that need to go your way.
Yeah, well, they don't
just to get one.
They don't get
get
any
two.
slower as they get bigger.
No, it'd be like winning lotto twice. Like, hey, at once.
Oh, I mean, I'll take two at a time, mate. I'm probably not going to lose lotto.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, the Azores is a very special place. So if anybody wants to go catch a big blue marlin, that would definitely be high on my list of places to go. But Cape Verde definitely would be my. If you just want to go catch blue marlins, Cape Verde is the best place I've been to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for fishing.
Yeah.
Like for numbers and for size.
Oh, yeah.
Like on a bait, you know. Like Azores, unless you strike it right, you're definitely not going to get the numbers. It's what you get in Cape Verde.
Oh, yeah. Is Verde pretty consistent, like numbers-wise?
Seems to be, eh?
Seems to be, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it has good and bad years, but even the bad years are still relatively okay, you know. But you got to remember, everywhere you go, you're going to have slow fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere. You just want to go in a place where it has less slow times.
Yeah. Fishing.
So this is the thing, guys go, how do I catch more blue marlin? Well,
more days
and more places and fish where they are. So this is Kiwis asking.
Yeah.
You've got to go where they are. You cannot catch them if they're not there. So Waihau Bay, some years they're there. You need to be there.
Yeah.
Some years they're off the back of Barrier.
Yeah.
You need to be there.
Yeah.
Some years they're off Whirianga.
Yeah.
You need to be there. Some years they're out of the bay.
Yeah.
You need to. So, great thing about the network of people that are around now, you can hear without.
Technology again.
So, this is 2 years ago on the Kraken, same thing, actually with Dino. I'd heard that there was some blue marlin out west. And I didn't really take too much notice of it, but I was like, there's blue marlin out there. Well, I'll go for a trial. And this is late in the season's late March. And Buggamoo caught a blue marlin. You know, obviously there was some around. You know, because that's what people have been catching. So I'm like, well, you wasn't surprised that we caught a blue marlin. Oh, I was surprised we caught a blue marlin on the West Coast, but I wasn't surprised because they've been catching them. So that's the thing. If you've heard them being caught, you need to go to those places.
Yeah. And that's the beauty we have with New Zealand is everywhere is drivable.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's
if you're willing to put some of them it's a mission.
If you don't want to put the time in to move and travel around, you're gonna, unless you're very lucky and the fish are on wherever you fish, you're gonna struggle to up your numbers on blue marlin and marlin in general.
Yeah.
You know? So that's a definite thing is go where they are.
Yeah. You know where is due to have a good year? Is Mare.
Yeah.
That kind of Mare to hook is so due for a good season.
Hopefully around that Kubota time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be pretty good.
Yeah, but it's just been so quiet for so long. Like it's quite mind blowing. Like how quiet it's been for such a long period.
Yeah,
Even the live baiting, like
yeah, but just think about it, man. Like you think about it this way, and this is how I look at it too. Is it's been quiet for a long time, right? So we're yellowfin.
Yeah.
No, there's shitloads of them.
Yeah.
So it's just a current.
Yeah.
Current.
Something different's happening.
Yeah. So it'll be the same thing eventually.
Yeah.
That'll change and they'll be there.
Yeah.
You know? It's like Madeira.
Yeah.
I mean, Madeira had fish for ages, big fish. And then now they don't get anywhere near as many fish. But I'm sure that'll change again.
Yeah.
They'll get a current that'll push the right way or something, anomaly will happen. And they'll have lots of fish again.
That'd be
all massive ones.
Yeah. Yeah, because Madeira was well known.
Correct.
Wasn't it video that they used to watch every night?
No, that was in Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah, that was Ghana. Yeah. I watched that
with
video.
the bent butt rods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to listen to the other podcast to hear that story. But that was telling, man. Like, it's so interesting. You look back at, like, all the factors that had to sort of, like, come together that you're like, oh, okay, I watched that for a reason. And then, oh, man, I learned that because of, like, no connection at all, but it turned out that created this, scenario. Yes, it's very interesting about a lot of the things that have happened in my learnings that have been quite, I guess, coincidental, that have had to fall into place.
Yeah.
So like all of those guys I watched in the video and all the style of like rods and everything, how they all had it set up, I end up trying that, learning a bunch of stuff, and then I end up fishing with them all. I mean, how does that happen? Out of no plan, apart from just how everything's unfolded. You know? So, so that was very interesting, all those learnings I had.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to what I said, like, right at the start when we started this podcast and around the time delay to us being here and recording it and doing it is like everything happens for a reason.
Okay, and we go back to that. Like, okay, so those guys did all that stuff. They put all the 4 lures and the riggers that I saw on bent butt rods.
Yeah.
I thought they just looked cool.
Yeah.
But then I work out, oh shit, what a difference it makes on a trailer boat. But then you talk to them about it because now I know them. They're like, oh, I don't know that. Because they don't fish in a trailer boat.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh. So that's what I'm saying about us talking about this stuff. Somebody will interpret it and go and learn something, and then hopefully they teach me.
Yeah.
Or you.
Yeah, and they come
because
back and go,
they've interpreted it a completely different way.
Yeah. Done it.
And they've noticed,
they've
noticed something. You're like, this is what I'm saying about like all of this stuff about not being closed-minded, letting young people think about things.
Yeah, have their opinion.
Yeah. I mean, what I just told you there, I was a 16-year-old kid. No idea. And I worked out all this stuff that has led me to like learning some secrets that I don't think we knew before. Now, you know that if you put all 4 lures and the riggers in a trailer boat, makes a huge difference. The guy didn't get better at fishing.
No.
His presentation's just better, and all of a sudden he starts seeing fish. Well, he didn't get better at running over them. He's always been running over them. They just haven't been coming. So this is the whole thing of what I'm getting into now, which I feel is really cool, is because a simple thing like that made such a huge difference. What is the next thing to make the big difference?
Yeah. Because if you think of technology, like I said,
this is where I want to get to. This is where I want to get to with this next bit with Cape Verde and Blue Marlin.
Yeah.
In this conversation.
Yeah.
Because because this is obviously a Blue Marlin podcast, but there's not a lot more on actually Blue Marlin fishing that is, if we really boil it down, simple things. Speed. Guys ask me, oh, what about lures? Yep. I would definitely have maybe a little bit bigger size in a couple of them. But your lure spread,
They eat little ones too.
yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
only thing with little lures and big fish is the lure can get pushed out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
So, and the other thing is holding if we're fishing heavy tackle, is carrying a bigger hook.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the factors there with lures. As maybe slightly, I would definitely have something with an aggressive surface action in my spread for a blue marlin.
Ballistic.
Yeah, like a ballistic or a tube style lure.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely have that in my lure.
Yeah.
But then,
What would be your go-to tube style lure in New Zealand?
in New Zealand, Angel.
Angel?
Yeah.
Yeah. In
Angel.
the rigger?
Yeah, for sure, man. Angel would be my go-to tube style lure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a killer.
So if you picked 4 tomorrow, if you're going to go and target blues in New Zealand?
In New Zealand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ballistic and salmon would be in there.
Yeah, I like that lure. I've had very good luck with ballistic and salmon. That's what I had that massive one on.
Oh, yeah. That's the one we had it on.
Yeah,
too.
on that one too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've caught like ballistic and salmon for me, for just marlin fishing in general. But for blues, I've had a lot of luck with that lure in New Zealand. But I would definitely have, like, if I was blue marlin fishing, a spread of lures. Say, for example, I'd have my 2 teasers, which are normally a submission chain and a sugar daddy chain. I'd still have my dredge in there. I'd have if I had to pick a style of dredge, I'd definitely be having like one of those sort of flat dredge style dredges in there. And then I'd have a spread of lures. And this is talking if it's calm, like reasonably calm. I'd have a ballistic in there. I'd have something like, a Trojan. Really just a workhorse in short. They're not very big lure. Then on the rigger, I'd have, on the short rigger, something like either a BTK or a Undertaker. And then I'd have on my long rigger a bullet style of like probably a weapon, man, with a bird.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Like I caught so many fish on that weapon.
Yeah.
Like a bullet style, I just like, I really like that lure. So, and I always look at it now, I'm like, man, I could catch most of my fish on that damn thing.
Yeah.
So.
My Weapon X goes.
Yeah, your Weapon X goes real good on that, eh? Yeah. So that any of that sort of style of lure, that'll be my 4 sort of lures that I'd pull.
Yeah.
And like, look, if that was all I could pull for the season, I'd be very happy. And I'd catch fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason, like a blue marlin definitely, I mean, we catch it on anything, but they definitely do tend to like something that can put a bit of commotion to the surface, So yeah, that would be my go-to spread, man.
Yeah. And then other good options like an Angel.
Yeah,
something
Angel.
like that.
Kraken's a good one too.
Our Matador.
Our Matador is going to be the silent assassin this year. I think that's going to be a real.
I caught some fish on that one last year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, because we only just released it this year to everyone. I think that's going to be a real, like, I think it's going to become like a Trojan, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah,
it swims so good, man.
The bites it gets are like fucking aggressive. Yeah. Like they come out of the water after it. Like they don't sneak up on it.
So I mean, we can go down another rabbit hole here.
Okay.
With lures and teasers and stuff like that.
That's a question that's in there. People want to know.
Well, this is where it all leads into Cape Verde, really.
Yeah.
Because that changed my view on things a lot, and I wouldn't have talked so much about sticking with technology and stuff if I hadn't been there and seen, like, because I fish Kona and the guys have a sonar there and it's amazing, and they catch way more fish than anyone without a sonar. But I'd never, like, I guess because I know the fishery so well in Cape Verde, that it was so different this time when I went back and fished with the guys there, and they had sonar and then the other guys didn't have sonar. The difference was staggering, and where we were fishing was different now.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
because
different
and then I look
spots
at
where
like,
Kona's the traditional
spots, you know,
Yeah.
and what Cape Verde was totally different from when I fished there.
Yeah.
And I remember I got to run the boat for Stu for an afternoon on the Dog's Bollocks. And I'm like, man, I'm going to go look where we used to catch the fish before, you know, when I was here. Like, we could always catch a fish. He's like, mate, we just don't fish there anymore. And I was like, oh, it was like that. There's no fish. He's like, yeah, there's still the odd fish, but it's not like it used to be. And I was like, surely, man, they've got to be like... Anyway, it was real interesting. So what was happening is we're fishing in the deep and just fishing for bait and targets in the deep, right?
Oh, yeah.
And catching fish, individual targets that you're marking on the sonar.
Yeah.
And that. So what would happen is the boat without the sonar is fishing how I would have traditionally fished
On the
ledge.
structures, on the ledges.
On the ledges and
Yeah.
out in a little bit of the deep.
Yeah.
And then running back into the structure.
Yeah.
You know? But what would happen is the guy with the sonar would be fishing out in the deep, like, you know, say 10, 15 miles out. And
Getting the fish on
getting
the
the
way
fish.
to the structure.
No,
Well, maybe.
they're catching fish in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But there's heaps of bait and there's
Yeah.
marlin there, you know? And you're like, well, okay. So the guy that's got no sonar's got a charter on board, not catching anything, and you're just listening to a guy catch 5 or 6 outside. They're like, okay, I'm going to come out and I'm going to go out there because that's where all the fish are. Well, the non-sonar boat comes out there and then he gets to watch
Yeah.
the guy with the sonar catch them, and he may occasionally catch one,
Yeah.
but since there's no structure, since you're not being able to mark them or anything,
Yeah.
you're just driving.
You can't put the boat on them.
And what we've found, what obviously everyone knows now with the sonar is if you do not drive over that fish pretty much, it does not come to you, mate.
Yeah. So that was in the one of the early episodes when you're like, oh, did you find the fish or the fish find you?
Correct.
Yeah. I still believe the fish finds you, but it's only finding you because you're where it's going to feed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I agree with you.
Yeah. He's not coming to your boat. He's coming to where you are.
Correct.
You know,
that's exactly right.
Yeah. Because I fished the structure of the bait.
And you were there, so you ran over him.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So, that's like he's come into that area because there's food there.
Yeah.
And you've stayed in that area because you saw the signs that you liked.
Yeah.
And you were lucky enough this time to run over him. You may have missed him other days by 100 metres and he's not going to eat.
Yeah.
But now with the sonar,
you're
not going to miss him.
Nah. You're going to see him.
Correct.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah.
He's 100 metres over there.
Correct.
Turn. Oh.
So this is what I was saying. What it taught me was, okay, we know the fish is there now. In the past, we never knew the fish was there. We just see it come in the gear.
Yeah.
But now we're like, okay,
he's there and he hasn't come.
And he hasn't come. Or he's there and he's come. So now what you need to, now the mindset is going to change again because, okay, we know the fish is there. Why isn't it coming? And that's where the next bit of technology is going to come. Or next bit of learning is going to come. What is the trigger
that is making him come? Yeah.
Correct.
Because that's obviously, it varies.
Yeah, and so this is how a New Zealand trailer boat is so important. Because all those boys are like, that you talk to, like, not pulling a dredge anymore. Or they mark a fish and pull the dredge out of the water. All of these things that we have traditionally done to raise more fish, because we know if we put that dredge in our spread, we're going to see more fish. So now they're like, well, we don't need to do that, so we're pulling it out. But I'm like, wait on.
That might have been the trigger.
Yeah, so whatever it is, I'm just using this as an example, and I'm not having this is a complete observation. I'm not having any, how would I say,
like a dig or...
No, not at all. I just was like it was a learning and an observation, because I'm like, okay, so in New Zealand what we talked about was we get those trailer boats that come in. And we do one thing is change their rigger setup, put 4 lures in the riggers, and next minute that boat starts seeing marlin.
There's got to be something
to that, because the guy hasn't got better
overnight.
Like it doesn't work like that. So there's some form of trigger. So what I'm saying is, now that we know they're there, we can start trying things
to find the triggers. And that's what's going to be the next step of the technology. Yeah.
And what that'll do is then once we work those triggers out, you don't need that machine.
No.
Because that whatever we're doing to trigger is going to help the person without the machine, because it's going to be the same.
Yeah.
It's just
same trigger.
Same trigger. You just don't know you're running over them. So this is where the technology is. And I was just like, wow. Like I learned so much, and learned so much with guys that are doing it I don't do it every day anymore.
No.
So I'm like, wow. And so I fished with Stuart. He was awesome. And then I fished with Josh on a lady, Angela. And anyway, we had a great time with both guys. They both had different units that they used. Both caught a bunch of fish when we were with them. But then I caught up with Josh in Kona earlier in this year, and we had a discussion on, and this is where you were going back about lures. So they predominantly teaser fish, these guys now with the sonar. They run normally 2 lures with hooks in the riggers and then 2 teasers with pitch. And I had a very interesting talk to him about teasers as such. And we were talking about it, and I'm like, man, you hear so many times the guy with the mud flap just gets blasted by a blue marlin, like massive blue marlin, just ate my mud flap and destroyed it, took it away, then never come back. And we're talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, you hear that heaps. And then they'll talk about other lures that we go, oh man, that lure there, such and such lure got smoked and broke me off, and I never saw that fish again. And then we start to notice that, okay, well, we're hearing lots of people tell us that. And I'm like, and Josh is like, yeah, I don't pull those things anymore because the fish don't come back. But like everyone's like, oh, so sick, I just got smoked on my teaser. I'm like, yeah, but the fish didn't come back. So he was saying, and his crewman he said, who sort of noticed it was, he's like, oh man, you know that teaser, that thing always teases, always gets fish coming. Like they don't just smoke it and bugger off. Like certain models of lure, you know, a style of lure.
They want it.
Yeah, they want it.
Like that blue with that submission.
Yeah, so he's like, well, I started to change my spread to pull styles of lure where
they come back.
Yeah. So it was super interesting listening to him. He's like, yeah, I don't pull that mud flap or whatever it is anymore. I mean, I'm just using that
as an example.
Yeah. For example. It could be any form of teaser or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But that's just because I can easily, people can probably relate to it. He was talking about that so much, and I'm like, man, that's exactly like all of these kind of things.
That's the trigger.
These are the different triggers, man. And it's like lures too, you know, like how they eat it. Like some lures, like, you know, I'm like, man, that thing smokes it, or else, oh man, the bite on that lure is normally shit. They like eating it, or else it's like, oh, that lure's too erratic that they can't. They like eating it, but the hookup rate's shit.
Yeah.
So it was real interesting talking to him about it, that he's like, yeah, I don't pull any of that stuff anymore. And like the crew noticed certain lures that were teasing way better, like the fish will come and smoke it and then still come back and tease. He says there's other lures that will just get, like, yeah, they'll tease every so often, but the amount of times that they'll smoke it and then bugger off is high. So I don't pull that anymore.
Yeah. So
it was real interesting listening to his theories on it all. And he'd be a great one to pick his brain and do a podcast on that kind of stuff, because he is very, very interesting and knowledgeable about that. And he, like, I haven't spoken to too many people in that depth, with stuff, observations like that.
Yeah.
And it's no doubt, no wonder why he does so well. And Stuart's the same when I talk to him as well.
Yeah.
Eddie's the same. You know, all of those top guys think about it in a way.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I think about it like a lot on like that with rugby and obviously with fishing as well, especially marlin fishing. It's like almost like a form of autism. Like it's just a fixation that it's like an itch that I have to just keep scratching. I'm like, nah, it's got to be. Why did that happen? What did I notice then? What is the, yeah.
Yeah, and that goes
I
back
hear,
to
and
that whole thing you've done with your boat speed.
Oh yeah,
that kind of stuff. That's all that kind of thing.
And that all just came off observations and things we noticed, right?
Correct.
So like, Crash talked about the speed. Well, you said it that day when we were trolling. It's like, can you go any faster? I was like, no. Like, if we go any faster, we're gonna do 15 knots. We'll be planing.
Yeah.
And then Crash said it when he noticed that bite. When he saw the video, he's like, oh, too slow. Like, yeah. And then that led to the next notice was like, fuck, I get really good aggressive bites in my corners, but rubbish on the riggers. So then it's like, oh, we'll go to 2 teaser chains and try and pull everything closer. So at least all my bites are going to be better and short. And then obviously to get the action out of the longer lures, needed more speed, needed more height. So the steepness of my riggers changed so we sacrificed width for height. And then we got the boat to go a knot quicker. Went from 6.5 to 7.5, and then all of a sudden everything started happening and seeing more fish, getting way more aggressive bites, hookup rates improved, like the whole lot.
Yeah.
And just from like being observant and paying attention.
Yeah.
And taking the lessons when they come.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned in Cape Verde.
Yeah.
Because I was very skeptical about fishing with a sonar. But the thing is, the sonar, there still has to be fish around for it to work.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't just magically make you catch any more fish.
Yeah, the bit that I like, and again, I've never been on a boat with one, I've never used one, but like the bit I would find it real, I guess like a bit of a mind fuck, and it's probably something that you noticed in Verde, right? Like, because you know that those areas produce fish, and you know what it looks like to produce one, you know those signs, and you have confidence in that, so you'll go there and be like, sweet.
Yeah, so what
we'll
you
get
do.
him, and you'll stay there. But if you turn up on that spot with a sonar at a certain time of day, it might not look like that, but it might look like it in 2 hours.
So,
and you've gone, oh no, it doesn't look good today, so I'm left.
So
that's the bit that I always struggle with in my head.
This is what I think.
Yeah.
So you like say we were used to fishing on the ledge. Well, where do the fish go when they're not on the ledge? They go to the deep.
Yeah.
So they're moving in and out all the time.
Yeah.
You just got to intercept them where they are.
Yeah.
That's what the sonar lets you do. Okay, well, they're not up on the ledge here with the sonar.
Yeah.
Let's start trucking out. And all of a sudden we run across them on the way in.
Yeah.
Or, like...
Yeah.
They're pushing, like maybe push up on the ledge and feed and then bugger off.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the deep now.
Yeah.
Whereas you've just stayed on the ledge and then you have bite time.
Yeah.
They've come because they pushed in on the ledge.
Yeah.
Well, where were they before?
Yeah. Out off the ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what sonar shows you a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
Makes you think, oh, well, if they're not here, well, let's try out in the deep. Oh, yeah, bang, they're there.
Yeah.
Or you try in the deep and they're like, oh, man, they're all buggered off. We haven't marking them anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, well, I'll just push in a bit closer. Oh, there they are.
Yeah. They're on the ledge.
So, yeah, it's
I'd love to see a sonar
and this is
out
me with a
on the
tiny wee bit of knowledge, mate. Like,
yeah.
I'm no, like, please don't. This is just a few observations. But what it did is it just triggered my thing of like, oh my God, we're going to learn so much with this technology of what can help everyone. And that whole thing now is, one, hopefully will help us work out some of the things that will trigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like you're saying there, like the certain teasers that they will come back for, like that's a fucking great trigger to start to learn and understand. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's massive, man. And then that can be like, oh, okay, well, we'll lure fish with that because that thing's going to come back and eat the shit out of that one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because they don't leave it alone.
Yeah.
We're going to hook this thing. You know, like, so that's all of this stuff that's going to help. You know? So, yeah, it was super interesting. And a very brief version of what I just, like, off the trip, you know, that I just spoke about.
Oh, yeah, that's so interesting. But, yeah, like you say, yeah, because I guess it's been interesting listening and learning from people with sonar that how fucking close you have to get to them to get them to come up. Like, they ain't coming looking for you. Like, you've got to run them over. But then it's like, they don't all come up either.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
You don't just run the fucking thing over.
No, and they definitely, I think there's, then, you know, we go, oh, that boat's a fish raiser.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I definitely believe that now.
Yeah.
I was like, before I was like, nah. So I'm now like, nah. Certain boats definitely raise more fish.
Yeah.
And what is it?
Yeah. What's that trigger?
Correct.
Yeah.
So all of the stuff I think is like I look at the trailer boats and that rigger change. It's such a simple thing. I feel like there's something else that's a simple thing. That will do it.
Yeah, something else that just a little.
Yeah, and that's why I talk about a dredge. Well, we put a dredge in. We know if we put a dredge in our trailer boat, like high possibility we see more fish.
Because that fish raiser thing, like with the boats, right? Like, there's, I do believe that too, but then I look at my boat and I go, how the fuck does that work? Because it raises a lot of fish, but it's fucking so small. And
but there's obviously something.
There's something
in that. And obviously that's people that know what they're doing will definitely run over more fish.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, so it might not be raising more, it might just be running more over. Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But ever since you changed the motor and increased your speed and we did all those things, you definitely see more fish. Like, because I mean, people are going, oh, I don't want to change my motor.
What if it's better?
Yeah, I'm like, what if it's better?
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was the conversation with mine, right?
Yeah. Because you know, you're changing the motor. I'm like, mate, well, what if
that thing's a magnet. Don't change the motor. Change it better.
Yeah. So that whole...
I think I caught 5 in the first 3 days. I fished it.
Yeah, there you go.
I was just like, oh, sweet. Motor works.
How good?
Broken outrigger.
Yeah.
And that was, I guess, another thing too with building the new boat. That was one thing I was real nervous about as well. Was just like, in theory, it should all be better, but there's potential because it is so. It's minor, but when you're thinking a small boat, minor change is big change because it's so small. There's a lot more weight added to it in different areas, and like I said, I was. Obviously, in theory, I was like, oh, this should be mean. Like, everything should be awesome. But then you get it and you're like, oh, fuck, I hope it is actually not just a pig or a lemon. But, it was, like, better than what I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it could get better or could ride better than what the old one did, but it does.
Yeah, but it's once again, it's doing it without fear.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you do it. Like, you can't be scared of that.
No.
I'm like, I can't
just
change because the boat's good. I'm like, but what happens if what you do makes it better?
Yeah.
You wouldn't try it unless you you weren't worried. Like, obviously you're worried about it, but you gotta put that out of your mindset.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're guilty of it ourselves. Like, I know this lure works. I'm gonna pull that and this and there. I don't want to try that. I don't want to try that. I'm like, who cares, man? Just try it.
Might be better.
Might be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many times I'm like, might be better. Or like, you know, you set a goal and you try for it and you're like, shit, are you ready for it actually to work?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
For actually, if this comes off.
Yeah. Because everyone goes, oh man, if it doesn't work, I'll just go back and do this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, but have you thought about what happens if it works? Because that could potentially be worse.
Yeah. Because now you have to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no going back from that.
Yeah, you don't know what you've created here, man.
Yeah.
It's what you wanted.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted. You're ready for it. Yeah.
No, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Put it back.
Exactly.
Put it back in the box. I don't want to open it yet.
So yeah, but
yeah.
What else did everyone have to say, man?
We'll have a quick look at these questions because I feel like we've answered a lot of them as we've gone.
Yeah.
Where are we here? Yeah, see, there's ones like, what's some key differences with drag and boat management, fishing heavy and light? Explain that pretty well. Like, there isn't any.
No.
Like, the drag change is you get more of it.
Correct.
Yeah, when you're fishing heavy tackle, more variance, more margin of error, but technique's all the same still. Wind on leader, pros and cons. Wouldn't really touch. When you're fishing overseas, you use wind-ons? Nah, full length leaders.
Full length leader, yeah. And only because
Reason for?
Only because I've got a crew.
Yeah,
and you got to remember, so wind-on leader it's got a massive con because it's got so many connection points that can go wrong.
Yeah.
So it's huge. Like the amount of points of failure, I think, on a wind-on leader are maybe. I think there's like
double
loop connection. The connection itself, like to the mono, to the leader.
So that's 3 before you start the wind on.
Then you've got your whipping. Then you've got your actual leader. Then you've got a crimp to a loop to a swivel that has I don't know how many rings and points in there. Yeah. Then you go to another loop at the lure end, and then you go crimp, leader, hook, like to the hook. There's so many points. Yeah. Which
just going to the end of the wind on leader onto the swivel, I think I counted 7 or 9.
Yeah, something crazy.
There's 9 failure points. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, so that's
a great answer.
Yeah, so that's why I don't use it.
But then good for trailer boats.
Yeah, so
the
in
pros,
a trailer boat is totally different. The pros for me in the trailer boat, I'll take all those risks because I feel that the pros outweigh the cons. If you know what I mean, I don't have lots of loose leader around. I can wind the leader on the reel. If I've only got a handful of people, I can, it's a really, really good way of managing your leader on a trailer boat.
Yeah.
But if I've got 28 foot of loose leader lying around and then I have to also wire 28 feet of leader and it's lying in the boat, I don't like it.
Nah.
And then clearing the gear, I've only got to clear half the amount of leader. Yeah. So all those little things, like that's the pros and cons of it.
Yeah, nice. Another good answer. This one's kind of similar. How important is leader length, drag settings, hook choice? We kind of covered that with the heavy gauge light
leader length. Do not use a short leader for Blue Marlin. Yeah. That's all I say. You want to? They say you can have 30 feet. Yeah. Have as close to 30 feet as you possibly can. Yeah. Because if that thing gets wrapped up in it a couple of times, I've had them tail wrapped, and there's literally the lure is jammed on the tail. You can't leader the fish. So if you had a 20-foot leader, you're on the main line, probably going to break that fish off. Yeah. So use the full length leader.
Yeah. Use the full length. Drag settings are important because you need to know where your drag's at.
Yeah, and you need to know where the gear breaks as well. Remember, we've talked about that in the past. is do not test the gear on the fish of a lifetime. Test it before you do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of that kind of stuff is super important. Make sure your drags.
Yeah. One tip you'd give someone chasing their first blue marlin, cover that fish where they are.
Yeah. And just
presentation,
speed, and time on the water.
Yeah. And if you get bit, get on it fast. Yeah. Limit the line loss.
Correct. And if you're going to spend any money, spend it on fuel.
Yeah. What else we got here? Oh, there was one about why not too many blues last season. Kind of covered that with the yellowfin, currents, everything. It's different.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on all that stuff by any means.
No.
Like all I know is when they're there, I'm going to go fish for them.
Yeah.
And I'll probably catch blue marlins because they're there.
Mm.
You know,
like that leads to, there's a bunch like that. It's like how would you target a blue marlin in New Zealand waters with the best success? Fish where they are.
Yeah, it's not rocket science, man.
And the best thing is we have Facebook, Instagram, and social media now, so everybody talks. Mm-hmm. So if they're getting caught, you're gonna know where they're getting caught.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah. Tips for catching them on light gauge. We covered that through our chat. It's like get on them fast, limit the line loss. Here we go. Best way to get blues to come up when they sit 20 meters below the boat for an hour. Must be during the fight.
For an hour? Okay. I mean...
Well, it comes back to...
Yeah, like...
How are you using that drag range?
Correct. Yeah. And, like, the other thing is...
The trolley and the bricks.
Yeah, like, the other thing is as well is, okay, we can pull some real mean maneuvers here with pulling angles and circles and that.
But if you don't have it hooked.
Yeah. So, and the other thing is too, like, say it's down there, I'm guessing that in that scenario, they've got the drag and it's, I don't know, locked up, I guess, but all it could be potentially doing is pulling the boat over the fish the whole time.
Yeah.
And you're never going to pull that thing up like that.
Nah. Use the boat to create.
So all I do there is just pull some drag on it, and I'm guessing, like, if you pull from behind it, it'll just slowly pull that fish to the surface.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's how I used to, and how I'd attack it now is probably different to how I used to attack it. I used to be so aggressive, like, and that was one thing I did this last season in the Azores. We did quite a bit of switching in the end. Fuck, man, I've been missing out again with circle hooks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have any fear of pulling the hook.
Nah, true. You got it on.
Fuck, man. Yeah. I can do all the maneuvers under the sun, which I can't do lure fishing.
Nah.
Because of potentially pull the hooks.
Yeah.
Which I used to do, and that's how we learned.
Yeah.
I like with Micah, he showed me so many maneuvers.
Yeah.
But
if you got it over the bill, you're going to pull them off.
Yeah, I didn't know, and I never learnt that with him about the fish over the bill.
Yeah.
And we'd lose them, you know? But if they were hooked, we'd catch them.
Yeah.
Fast, mate. So now, fish with the circle, holy heck, man. Like, you can mess them up. Because, like...
Change the direction of pull.
Yeah, and straight away, so aggressively too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not going to fall off because it's hooked to the corner of the mouth probably, you know? So, yeah, it's pretty cool learning all that stuff. Like, I was like, the first few of the guys like, I'll come and get a photo. I'm like, it's too late, mate. Like, the fish is not, like, I'll let it go.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
been and gone, brother.
Yeah, mate. It's like, holy heck, how fast was that?
Yeah.
You know? But that's only because it could do all those maneuvers on
them. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice. There's another one here just around things to look for, etc. areas. We covered that pretty good. Like, just think of the traditional spots, right? Where they are. Think about what it is that's there, and look to replicate that
Yeah.
If you're in an area that has something similar,
Yeah,
they'd
exactly.
be like, this looks
And
like
don't
the
be
hook.
afraid to drive off it
Yeah.
like a couple of miles and have a look, because maybe the bait's holding
Out
off it.
Upwelling out there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's quite common at the hook.
Correct. Yeah, like quite often you'll
pick
either...
them up out off the end, eh?
Yeah, and you'll be like, some days they're right on the hook. Other days they're off the hook. But they're in that area. It's obviously which way the current's
pushing. And
stuff,
probably the speed of the current too.
Correct.
It's going to come up and hit faces in different angles. And
yeah.
There's another one here. If a fish gets comfortable on light gauge, would you sacrifice line to get it up?
No.
I think we've just spoken about that it's actually...
I never sacrifice line.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Yeah.
I don't sacrifice line.
No. You use drag.
Yeah. And
Variance.
And variance, yeah.
Yeah. Angle and drag control will help you get
I don't
it
understand how sacrificing line, in my opinion, is guys will be like, yeah, I back the drag off and let the fish swim and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. And I'd probably be more tendent to do that if I was on a heavy gauge. But if it doesn't work, this is the problem. The con of it is, if it doesn't work,
you've just dumped
the
line.
whole heap of line, and now you're even in a worse position. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, that's not that it doesn't work.
No, because it could work.
Because it could work.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work, I think that maneuver is an absolute last resort. And it would only be if the fish is alive.
Yeah.
Because if the fish is dead and you dump more line out, well, you're in even like you went from a bad position to a worse position. Yeah. So that would not really be in my arsenal.
Yeah, because I like when you say fishing without fear, I actually fish I do that, but then also I fish for the worst case scenario too. So I fish that fish has it over its bill every time. Yeah. Yeah, that's the style I'm fishing to that fish. Correct. So it's all those fancy maneuvers I don't do because I'm lure fishing, and I know that the chances of me having it pinned in the corner of the mouth are pretty slim. There's probably a higher chance that I've got it over its bill. Yeah, but that's as well where it boils down to what we talked about in previous talks about, okay, watching what the fish does on the bite. Yeah. All that behaviour. And then watching all the behaviour of the fight and then making a note of where it's hooked when it comes to the boat or if it's hooked. So that there can help you make decision as well. But you only know these things by going and doing it and seeing lots of them. Yeah. So, you cannot beat numbers of fish for learning. Like, it's just, you can't learn. You can't learn. I'm like, I had a mean season, I caught 10. I'm like, that's mean. But how you learn is when you're doing that in a day. Yeah. In places where you have the potential to do that in a day. Yeah. That's how you learn. Like, well, I think about
I should say learn quickly.
Learn quickly, yeah. You get it. Like, I think a lot about that. If you think a lot of the guys here in New Zealand that like some of the more well-known trailer boat fishing guys like a Luke Davis, Ben Brown, where have they all been? Wanganellas. Correct. So they've accelerated learning over the course of those trips, but not necessarily accelerated learning, but like observations and confidence. Yeah. So
and they have been pretty much on the journey of light gauge and system from
the start.
Very much the start.
Yeah. So
they've been given a great foundation to.
Yeah, good foundation.
On. And what that does is once again learning, man. Yeah. They see it a different way to what I see it. Yeah. I've just presented a platform for them and they're like, wow, it's exactly what we spoke about, how they interpret things and what they've learned. Yeah. They're like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah. But they've been given that platform to learn from. Yeah. And then they've evolved and adapted. Correct. For the way they see it. Yeah, and there's stuff they're like, oh, I didn't even know that, man. I didn't even think about that. And they're like, oh, that's cool. Like Brownie has an amazing hookup rate. Yeah. Controls a bit slower. And I'm like, well, Is there something to that
Yeah.
for striped marlin?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you know, like there's all these variables that I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I think for like definitely with the light gauge side of things, like they have so much confidence in it because of what they've seen, done and achieved, and
Yeah.
because when you go to the Wanganellas, they have no fucking fear of losing one.
I was like, let's get
It's
another
like,
one.
we're gonna
But
get
this is the
100
cool thing.
bites in 3
This is the
days
cool thing.
minimum.
That's going to evolve.
Yeah.
Technology
Yeah.
is going to change that again.
Yeah.
With materials and stuff like that. It's going to change that side of things again.
I know.
So that's quite exciting.
I
mean, that's like 10 years ago since we brought that out, really, or more.
Is it that long?
Yeah, it's a long time.
True.
Maybe.
Was it 2025?
Yeah, I mean, pretty sure it'll be about that, but it's going to change soon. Yeah.
It's crazy, how like talking about that in like 10 years, like I caught up with Az the other day from Jeff, and he was just talking about the products, you know, and how the business was going, and he was talking about his you know, top 5 items. Like you go, Jeff, he goes, what do you think they are? And I was like, oh, crewmans have to be, you know, they have to be number 1. He goes, well, put it this way, crewmans in black, crewmans in navy, crewmans in are all individual products. And I was like, oh. And he goes, what do you reckon the top 5 are? And I was like, don't tell me they're all crewmans. He's like, all crewmans. So it's like, and he's like, that's 10-year-old technology. Like those shorts I designed them 10 years ago. They haven't changed. The only thing that changes is the color each year. But he's like, for whatever reason, people love them. Yeah, they're like a Hilux.
Yeah. So no, it's the same. It's the same, man, with all of those things.
Yeah. But change is good.
Yeah. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. It has to.
Yeah, it has to.
There's now this technology is, I mean, and the stuff that we use technology for in fishing is very small, man. Like, I'm guessing AI is going to do something too.
Yeah.
You know? AI is the smartest person you can talk to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. People won't listen to this. They'll just go on AI.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, tell me how to catch a marlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll probably pull from this conversation. Right?
Yeah, no doubt. Because it's smart, it will.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, there's all this stuff's going to happen that's going to change things a lot, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like the thought process around the sonar and
that was what was excited me. It wasn't so much that, yeah, it's mean because you can find a fish now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wow.
Okay.
We know it's there. Why is it not eating? What's the trigger here?
Yeah.
And what can we, and then what?
Because yesterday, when we ran those fuckers over, they come flying up. And then today they ain't. So what is it? Like, can't tell me it's just not hungry. Like,
because
it's a fucking blue marlin or it's got to eat.
Yeah, so then, okay, so we look at, now there's live scope. So live scope, you can watch your lure and you can watch that fish that's at certain depth eat your lure. And you can have it there and the lure can be right in front of the fish and it's not eating it. And then you do a certain maneuver and the fish eats it. Or it's a pause or it's a little jerk or whatever it is that triggers that fish to eat because it's obviously not hungry. You've just triggered something in it.
Yeah, and
to
it's
make
like,
it
I
react.
have to eat it now.
Correct.
Yeah.
And fish are fish, there has to be something like that for marlin.
Yeah.
What it is?
It's like putting a koi down with a school of kingfish. They're going to eat it. They can't turn one of them down.
Yeah. So who knows, man? Like, this is what I mean. Like, this is what the thought process now is. It changes the way you think.
Yeah.
Because we're like, in the past, well, that fish comes to you, man. Like that boat, they come to you. I'm like, no, they don't. Now you're like, no, they don't, man.
No.
Yeah.
They might come to where I am.
Yeah, the odd one will come to you, but in general, if you don't run over that thing, you are not seeing it.
Mm.
And man, I always look at it, I'm like, it's that specific. I'm like, how do we even catch these things when we didn't have this sonar? Then we must have to run that thing right over.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then you start thinking about, fuck, how many have I driven just past?
Exactly.
Because if I've got that lucky that I've run that many over and got a bite out of them, imagine how many I just fucking missed.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah.
That really makes you wonder how many there are out there, especially when you get a season like last year in Raglan, and at Kawhia and that.
I think there's so many out there because we're very inefficient at catching them.
Yeah. We lose heaps, miss a bunch.
This is what I mean. There's so much room for improvement, man. That's the exciting thing.
Yeah. So many different things we can do to trigger them, to get them to come up.
And then obviously we're going to get better at hooking them. That's going to come.
Yeah, well, because I think I've spoken to you about this. I've definitely talked about it before, but I don't know if I have on here. But the West Coast, when there's Sari around, lure fishing, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like every single year that Sari have turned up on the West Coast, like out of Raglan and Kawhia, like the lure fishing is unbelievable. Like you'll get bites all day long.
Yeah, well,
there won't be like little bite times and windows. Yeah. And it's purely in the way my simple brain works is like, it's a fish, it's fucking looking for food. If the Sari lives in the top of the water, it's fucking looking up the whole time. And then you're presenting to it more often, where when the mackerel schools are there, quite often they sit mid-water. So the fish are there, they'll be feeding on them and with them, but always on the slack tide, the bait comes up. And I don't know why that is, but it happens.
Well, because it doesn't have to, I guess it doesn't have to fight.
Fight the current. Yeah, I don't know. There must be something to it, right? But generally always on the slack tide, you'll see all your shoals of bait fish will come to the surface. And you'll get mean bite windows either side of the tide or through in the tide when the mackerel are around. But when the Sari are there, they'll bite generally like through out the day. Like you'll just have better fishing all around. More chances, more bites, see more fish. Yeah. And that's, to me, is really simple. The fish, if what they're feeding on is up, so they're looking up. Where if they're down 50 metres and they got their heads down, chasing mackerel around, and you're buzzing around with a 60 horsepower Suzuki up the top, they ain't looking up there. Until the bait starts moving up, and then they go, oh, what's that that's just come past? Oh, fuck over, look at that. Bang.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken about it, but...
It's that cracking and boss.
It sounds pretty much... I mean... all sounds
quite simple. Yeah. Very simple, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess in closing, Blue Marlin, fish where they are, a little bit more speed if you can get it.
Yeah.
Presentation important.
I have to laugh. People are like, probably listen to the podcast and like, that it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
where's all these mean Blue Marlin tales? Like,
it's that was, I think, even just discussing it, man, like, has been interesting because it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to talk about Blue Marlin. Well, there's those few key things that is the difference for helping you catch Blue Marlin. But in general, it's a process of marlin fishing. You just have to have a handful of different aspects like that you want to change, like that speed, the drag, and your like management of the line loss and stuff. They're the real keys. And then obviously going where they are, man. Like it's a pretty simple formula.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
which is what we said right at the start. Like it's going to tell you a few things. It's going to be simple.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, is that it?
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
And you don't need to overthink it because we did all of that for you in the last 2 hours and 51 minutes.
It's been 2 hours and 51 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
52
Yeah.
minutes now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mind you, there's a bit of like lead in terms of me checking the audio and shit at the start.
Yeah.
That probably won't be in this. But
Oh.
I can fill that space with an intro probably. So yeah, it's probably about that long.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it's always been an interesting chat once you get into it. But yeah, I just hope there's some around this year and everybody gets to put a few of those things in place. But I mean, from my point of Blue Marlin, it eats me up, consumes me. Just because of that sheer, as I said that at the start of the podcast, that unpredictability. It's the fish I want to catch. So I hope I've got lots more to catch. And yeah, see what the season brings, mate.
Yeah. I'm still trying to find one.
And if not, get on a plane and I'll go somewhere where there are lots of them.
Yeah, we got to catch them where they are, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the whole thing. Take that lesson out, guys. Go where they are.
Go where they are.
Yeah.
Or we'll win lotto and take Mini Chiefy to Cape Verde, fish in the lead.
Very much so, fish in the lead. Will not be. I'll be maybe going to the fishing grounds in a big boat and then get in your boat there because I don't think I will want to. I don't know if I'd survive or we'd survive going up the channel in the washing machine and the wind machine.
Oh no!
In your boat.
No, actually, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. There's that little.
Maybe we could be like someone's tender. Put it on the crane. Yeah,
you do too.
Yeah, lift it in.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll probably die.
Yeah.
Funny.
Sweet. Me, bro. Always good to catch up.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully we've got a different topic to talk about of actually when you catch one.
Yeah. Hopefully that's next episode. Well, not
you've got your game plan anyway.
This season. What's that?
You got your game plan.
I got my game plan. Yeah. Just need to execute the game plan.
Yeah.
Need to do the first bit, fish where they are.
Exactly.
Yeah. Be ready to go. The boat's set up a bit better now too. It's a bit faster. Yeah. That I'll share that shortly with people too.
Yeah, nice.
Put a few videos up.
Nice. Oh, bloody good.
Man. All right. Cheers for your time, Bonze.
Always, man.
Man.
You can't shut me up about this time.